Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is the Nocturnal Nerdcast, Pop Culture in the Dark, the best late night fandom live stream on the East Coast of the United States and second best everywhere else in the world. I don't know who's number one, but I'm sure they're really good. Anyway, welcome to the show. In the house, we have 3Dub next to me. We have Darren down below.
Hello.
That could be like a new screen name, Darren down below. Like, I had before we even get started, I told 3Dub before the stream, before we even get started, we had a party tonight. So I have had some drinks, but I'm not drinking like throughout the stream. So, I'm finishing up the one that I have here, but that's it. There's another one sitting over here, but I told 3Dub I don't think I'm going to have that because I think that would be bad. So we're going to let it all like chill. I actually had a Domino's pizza, almost a full Domino's pizza before we started. So it should pull me together a little bit, I hope. Luckily tonight the topics aren't too heavy, so we just got a few things to talk about. Anyway, I just realized I have to update the intro because most of those movies have now been released. So I need to like put up trailers for other things like Peacemaker and stuff like that. So Maverick says, can you do a response to the Critical Drinkers Brie Larson video? Like, look, I don't even know why people are still like, why are people still talking about Brie Larson in 2025? I mean, to be quite honest, I do have a video coming out this week on my Reloaded channel that I've worked I've been working on it for the last like 4 or 5 days. But I want to go over like a lot of the issues I have with the MCU that I think any of them could be a problem, or all of them could be part of the problem. And we'll talk about a little bit of it tonight because we're going to go over the Fantastic Four numbers, and I want to talk about like what I see for that movie moving forward because I'm a bit more optimistic than some people, as typically I am. But we'll see. We also have, and I don't know if we can do this or not, but Darren, I'm going to ask you because you were live before me, right? Weren't you live tonight?
Yep.
Did you take a look at the Spider-Man photos at all?
No, but I don't think it should be a problem. I've been seeing everyone make videos about it, break them down.
We're gonna look at a couple of. I feel like we're gonna look at a couple of them, and hopefully, like nothing happens.
I don't know how much you've been online the last hour. There's a breaking new photo for like another character in the movie that has a new suit.
Well, I know Punisher's photo broke.
Yes.
Okay. I have that one bookmarked.
He was trying to be discreet.
Yeah, I didn't know how much you wanted to know.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that too. So we have that to look at. I want to talk about the Fantastic Four numbers. I want to talk a little bit more about Superman in general. We have a few other little tidbits, and then we're going to, at the end of the stream, we're going to do our Rotten Tomatoes under 50% like top 5 list. So we'll see. I have to say though, I honestly did not think so. This keeps happening, and I'm not mad about it, but I was looking at like what we have going on, and I didn't think that today we'd be getting a bunch of news. And then I'm like, oh wait, there's like a lot of stuff to talk about today, which is good, makes for a great show. But I was like, we're not gonna, depending on how many people show up, we might not have time to do more than one list.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm planning on doing is, like I said, I think I mentioned it last week. Maybe it was either we were on stream or off stream, but I think I want to do like a stream just for like bonuses that we've done, like we did on the weekend that one time, to knock a bunch of them out.
Like the quiz that I made.
I don't think that quiz is ever going to happen, to be honest. Hold on to it though. We might try it with everybody else, but
it's in the back burner. Yeah.
No. I mean, like, hold on to it. We might use it with another person, but we're going to do that. And tonight I'm going to drop a link in the chat. This is going to be crazy. You ready? I'm dropping a link for the Discord in the chat tonight.
Oh.
So anybody that wants to join
can
now.
I thought you meant the StreamYard link.
No.
I was like, oh
No. Actually, I do have I'm getting ready to set up a call-in line though, so people can call in.
That'd be really fun.
Because then I don't have to worry about like penises on video and stuff like that. Yeah. Boobs or whatever.
Get ready for 1,000-pagey voicemails that are going to come.
Yeah, probably. So, so Maverick, I'm doing that. So the 2 videos on my Reloaded channel this week are going to be this one. I'm talking about Variety's ranking of the MCU. I'm doing a separate video on that because it's a lot to go through. So I'm going to do that as a video of my own, and I'm going to talk about things that I think are wrong in the MCU right now. And look, this isn't me. This is not going to become a chud thing or whatever. I really legitimately think there's some problems with the MCU that are starting to like sort of show through the cracks that like a lot of people haven't talked about. So I want to go through that. with you guys this week. So that's 2 videos on my Reloaded channel. I'll have my daily videos on my Debunks channel. So there's a lot of content this week or whatever. You guys remind me at the hour mark to drop the link for Discord. I want to do it at the hour mark and then get everybody in as soon as possible. Well, there is a phone number. You can leave me a voicemail. I think it's SpeakPipe is the name of the website. I don't even know. Let me look it up quickly. Hold on. SpeakPipe. Yeah, here it is. Log in. Yeah, so if you want to leave a message for me, hold on. How do I do this? That is my that's like my account there. Hold on. I'm trying to find the actual page. Settings. I don't want the widget. What is going on? Voicemail page. There we go. All right. So if you want to leave a voicemail for me at any point in time at all, like if you guys you don't want to leave a comment or you want me to use something in a show or whatever, you can leave me feedback at this link right here. Hold on.
I laughed out loud when I saw a channel on Discord that says rant on Eric.
Yeah, so there is a channel on the Discord server. Let me know if that link works, everybody. I don't know if I haven't looked to see if it's like clickable or not, but it should.
I was like, I'm so mad that you're so funny.
Well, the way it's gonna work is all the mods in the channel. I don't want to just like ban people immediately or whatever. If they have some issues with me and they want to like just say stuff, there's an entire server for that. They can go in there and leave it there. I just don't want it everywhere else on the Discord server. Like direct them there. Be like, if you have an issue with something he did, go to the ranting thing and leave it there. And but if they're the rules are posted as soon as you come in, like literally in the welcome channel. The rules are at the top of the welcome channel, and you'll see them as soon as you come in. So don't come in acting weird because I have a lot of mods, and they will use their powers. All right, we have some super chats here. Let's take a look at these quickly. We're already 4 out of 10. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Sheldor here says, $2 super chat says, did you see the new San Diego Comic-Con Peacemaker Season 2 trailer? We watched that, right? We did see that one. Didn't we watch that one?
I think so.
I assume so. I don't think I was there for that, so I can't say it. But
yeah, I think we did. Like 3 you're saying we did, right?
Yeah, we commented on the fact that the Star-Lord's father was Indian.
Star-Lord's father.
Well,
right.
I don't know his name.
right. I know. Yeah. We did watch it. I'm excited for Peacemaker Season 2. I don't think it's going to be the greatest thing I've ever seen, but I'm excited for it. Shoulder, another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Could we see Galactus again in like 5 years? I think we're going to see him in the crossover movies, in the Avengers movies. I'm pretty sure. They would be an idiot. Like Marvel would be be complete idiots to not use Galactus in a movie where he's part of the story from the comics. I'm just being serious. That would be dumb. That would be really dumb. Shoulder here with the $5 super chat. I saw Fantastic Four again. I still wish it was 20 minutes longer. I agree. I think it could have been a little bit longer. Do you think after Secret Wars every movie should be shorter, excluding Avengers movies?
Say shorter?
Yeah.
They should be longer.
Do we think they will be? Like, do you think after Secret Wars every movie will be shorter? Yeah. I hope it's going to be longer. Like, I don't understand, unless you're telling an individual character story, like one character, and you can get all of that into like an hour and 50 minutes, then that's good. But when you're building a team and you have multiple characters and you're setting up a brand new like franchise, like a separate thing, I just don't see how you can do that in an hour and 50 minutes.
Most of my main problems with Marvel projects, and not all of them, because Captain America had a lot of other things with it. Thunderbolts, I did not have this. Well, actually a little bit. But almost every Marvel project, including shows, my main issue, it needed to be longer. You did not have enough time to tell that story. You needed things to sit a little bit longer. And Fantastic Four and Superman, I'd say, are very prime examples of this. Both needed to be at least, I think you're right. 15 to 20 minutes longer, I think, would have
Yeah.
made both those movies a lot better.
I mean, the truth is that I feel like the Batman went on for 30 minutes too long, and that had a fourth act basically. So, like, I didn't like that. I don't know why they would cut. Why would you cut two of your biggest projects? That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. All right. Naruto here with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Naruto. Not sure if you have a scheduled topic, but did you see Modern Doctor Who got taken off streaming service out in the UK over the weekend? Yeah, I think it's all on Disney Plus now, right?
No.
Isn't that?
No.
Oh, it's not?
It's not streaming anywhere.
So, like, even on UK services?
I can't speak for that, but at
Oh,
least
okay.
here in America, they just randomly took it off over the weekend. I was trying to do a little bit of research from it, and it's all like speculatory. I've been hearing a lot of people say it's like a tactic that they've let the license go out for Warner Brothers as maybe a bargaining chip for Disney to renew the series. I'd be like, okay, maybe you don't want a season 3, but a season 3 plus 13 seasons of TV to go along with that deal could sweeten the pot. I'm disconnected with what everything's going on behind the scenes. I know there's a lot happening right now.
You know what's really weird to me? Well, first of all, HBO Max totally fell the fuck off. It's like almost not even worth having anymore as a service. I'm holding on to it for Peacemaker, but once that's done, I don't know what reason I would have to keep HBO Max at this point.
Yeah.
So we're gonna reevaluate whether it's worth it to spend the money on that. It's not that it's super expensive. I don't think it really is that much more expensive than anything else, but you don't have anything on there. And honestly, for the HBO shows, like Harry Potter's the next thing maybe that comes out, right?
I mean, all the DC stuff, so like Lanterns will come out next year.
Yeah, but I'm talking like the next thing on the pipeline, not your pipeline show, but the next thing in the pipeline for isn't it Harry Potter?
Harry Potter's like late next year, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, like they haven't even started filming yet, I don't think.
Okay. Well, either way, it's kind of fell down the fucking well, and there's really not a lot on there. Also, I think users are becoming more savvy at finding ways to watch stuff that they don't have.
Yep.
And I mean, I kind of think AI is helping with that. Like if you go into AI and you're like, how can I watch this show? They'll tell you how to watch it. But first of all, VPN is a big one. Like there's a lot of shows that I like to watch in Australia and the UK. And I literally use a VPN. I go to whatever their service is. I sign up for their service with a VPN, and then I can watch it over there. And yes, sometimes it has ads, but you can still watch it. So that's not a big problem. And there's a lot of people that are like, yo ho ho, it's the pirate way for me. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what people do. And but what choice do they leave us when you do stuff like this?
Yep.
Ultimately, like I think when you live in a world where everything is on a different service, and I'm not like defending it, I'm not saying you should do that, but I can say I understand when, well, there's this one show you like and it's on the streaming service that you will never use for anything else. I can understand being like, well, I'll spend a couple of days, watch it on a certain site, and then move on. Yeah. Again, not saying you should do that, but
I mean, some people are even willing to take a hit in quality just to watch it because they can't get it anywhere else. You know what I mean? I don't understand. There is a BBC channel on the US that you can watch through like Amazon Prime and stuff. Like you can pay extra for that. But I don't know if it has this or not.
And there's some sites that you don't lose quality either.
That's true.
I will also say, like, I have many friends that are not from the US of A, Ireland, or like the UK that, like, just for prime example, doesn't have Max. They don't have access to that. So they're like, either I watch it this way or I don't watch it at all. Yeah. And so in that case, I'm like, yeah, go for it.
You know what else was a big issue was the CW when you used to watch the those shows on their release date because people internationally couldn't watch it the same time we could watch it, and they would get spoiled immediately. So
wait, CW still exists?
Back in the day. It did. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. We have a $5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Here says paycheck situation resolved. Okay, good for that. How is the symbiote going to tie into Brand New Day? Punisher might manipulate Black Suit Peter with that new aggression. Wait, isn't Brand New Day coming out before Secret Wars?
Yes.
So I think if they're going to introduce the black suit, it would be in Secret Wars. I don't think it would be in Doomsday, but they could change that. So, but I don't know.
Many people don't know because they didn't watch Venom 3, and that's okay. But in Venom 3, they did take away The Venom
No, they
symbiote.
didn't. They did not.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not.
What do you mean they didn't? They came in and took it home.
And in No Way Home, they put the symbiote on the counter. He disappeared and was left there. In Venom 3, he puts this. He basically gets sucked in, and you don't see the symbiote on the counter of No Way Home. Yeah. So basically, there's two. He left two symbiotes.
What?
If you watch them, you don't see what happens. You already saw what happened when he left from the end of No Way Home, but you don't see. It's kind of hard to explain. There's two symbiotes. He leaves two samples.
Chat, who's right here? I don't want to go looking for the clip.
I'm going to move. I'm just going to move the conversation elsewhere because I don't want to argue about it. But I do think I'm right. But it's totally okay. We can move on.
Either way, I don't know if Punisher is going to have anything to do with manipulating Peter in his costume or whatever. I don't think.
Thank you, Silhouette.
I don't think so. Brand New Day is coming July of 2026. Yeah, I knew that. Doomsday is December 2026, followed by December 2027.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think we're going to see the symbiote suit. And look, based on the set photos, I think we're going to have a whole movie with him in like the OG suit. That's what I think we're going to have. I don't think they're going to have the symbiote suit in that movie right away. I could be wrong.
I don't think it's a symbiote suit. I think there's two suits in Brand New Day because if you look at those the like leaked photos that he's bringing and that like that costume, the like official photo that they did, you know, the leaked video they did, they look like different suits. They look slightly different.
Okay, but you're not saying the black suit is showing up, though, right?
No.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We got Silhouette Animated here with a $5 super chat. The unannounced 2027 Marvel film has to be Doctor Strange 3. I think it is. Do you think Mephisto and Baron, too many sorcerers, Mordo will return? I thought they were setting up like another storyline, right? Wasn't there another storyline they were setting up with the Dark Dimension?
Yeah.
However, I do know that there's not enough to make a suit out of that little sliver. So even if there is a suit in the MCU, it's not enough to embody Peter Parker. So it needs the MCU version of Venom.
I mean, it can grow and evolve, and it's like a parasite, right? Parasites grow. That's kind of their whole. Kind of their
whole
thing.
Needs more of himself, though.
But yeah, that's what a parasite is, right? It
it can't affect people and then grow bigger. It has to affect itself to grow bigger.
Well, I would say that we see Venom like use powers similar to like stretchy stuff, like moving around and like shifting his size and everything. So I would say that Venom can manipulate how much of the black goo stuff is being used, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
I
mean, if he can stretch and like create like strands to swing on and stuff, I feel like.
I mean, the size that he is now in the MCU, he can infect a frog, and the frog can be a Venom.
Yeah, but I mean, he's actually infected a horse. How does a horse is bigger than a person?
Well, he still had to like put enough to cover the horse.
That's my point, though.
Like it's just a sliver.
A human being is much smaller than a horse. So if the Venom is only big enough to cover a human, then it would have to have more to cover the horse.
But right? we don't know exactly how much he used to cover a horse, but we do know that there is a sliver, so we don't know if that's big enough to cover a human. If that makes sense.
I'm so confused right now.
In the sliver that's on the counter, we don't know if that sliver can actually envelop a whole human.
How do we get back to this?
I'm just saying, like,
it can evolve, man. It can grow. It can.
I don't think it can. I think it needs the other part of the MCU Venom to kind of like be all there. There would have to be.
I actually don't think. I actually don't even think that storyline is going to matter. But we'll see. We'll see if they go back to that. But Doctor Strange 3 2027, I think this is probably the best guess based on what Kevin Feige has said about the kind of movies they're going to be making. I think Doctor Strange is, look, in my video that I'm making, one of my arguments is once we lost a lot of the OG Avengers, the natural progression should have been either Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, or Black Panther. Now, obviously, it couldn't be Black Panther because of what happened. So that left you with 3 options. Hey, Jake, good to see you.
What's up?
They left us with 3 options, and they didn't use any of them. So,
I mean, I'd argue they kind of did, right? Like, in the last 5 years, we've had 2 different Spider-Man movies, and we're focusing on a 3rd. So I think they've got their good use out of Spider-Man. Doctor Strange, I would have liked to have seen sooner, because we're going on almost 5 years since Doctor Strange. But how much of that was their fault, right? You know, you have writer strikes, and you have Jonathan Majors stuff.
Yeah, but I would I've done you guys will not know how I've been pulling my hair out doing research to figure all this out, but it seems to me like even though they were using Spider-Man, I don't think they were establishing him as the leader of the Avengers. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I don't think that was what it was doing. So,
I mean,
and they weren't doing that with Doctor Strange either, to be honest.
I mean, going into all this post-Endgame, you know, people thought it was going to be, you know, your Chadwick Boseman's, your Benedict Cumberbatch, Brie Larson.
I think Chadwick Boseman would have been a great choice, to be honest.
Maybe Tom Holland was going to be like one of those people up there too, but then, you know, things happened. Chadwick Boseman passed away.
Captain Marvel could have been the one, but they kept making it seem like she didn't want to be on Earth.
And a lot of white incels wouldn't shut up about Brie Larson. So
but the thing is, they never even tried, though. They basically were like, "Oh, she's just off doing stuff in space," which is fine.
Right.
But there was a void left, and poor Sam, who they were trying to set up. I looked at the numbers. He was used in 2021, and then we didn't see him again until the recent Captain America movie. They didn't put him in anything. He could have been in Secret Invasion. He could have been in any of those other things, and they didn't use him.
Yeah,
that's sad because Steve had 8 projects where he appeared.
Yep.
But in Devil's Advocate, I think that can go towards every character. Like, there's not one singular character that got way more screen time than everyone else. I guess outside of Loki, Loki kind of doubles everyone else.
Loki,
right?
he probably.
Well, but look, the reality is, after phase 3, when we get into phase 4, we had maybe 20 characters we were focused on in phases 1, 2, and 3. We had 40 characters introduced in phase 4, and most of them never had more than 1 appearance.
And they did a good job at structuring where they were going to have those characters appear in after their other projects, because like we haven't seen, for example, we haven't seen Shang-Chi since his own movie.
Right. That's another big one.
That's another one. 4 years ago. It's like they carefully structured out where they were going to put in those characters to appear in future installments. So by the time it got up to your big culmination movie in phase 3, you were really invested in those characters. Now, half the characters that you would be invested in, people don't care about or half the time forget they're there because they haven't been structured as much.
I would argue our current main big 3, even though some of them haven't had a lot, I'd argue it's Sam, obviously, Yelena, and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think those are our current big 3 in terms of like a focused narrative that they seem to be pushing forward.
I think there's a lot, and I was shocked when I went through and like started looking at names. There was a lot of characters that they introduced and like they're like, oh, this character is going to be really cool, and they never move forward with them at all, and that is a problem. And I they have to address, like on my list that like I've got like a dozen things I'm going to talk about in that video. One of them is this, which is like homeless characters that just never went anywhere. They were introduced and they never, like, we should have had a Young Avengers movie by now, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you wanted to make those characters important. Where's America Chavez been?
I will say, and we may have talked about this last weekend, if so, I'm sorry. I'm not ruling it out that the 2027 day is some kind of Champions or something. Like, I could maybe possibly kind of see it, which would make sense why they're not in the lineup. Right? Like none of those characters are set to appear in Avengers Doomsday. Some of them have teased it. Like Haley Steinfeld has been like, well, I don't know. And then the actress who plays Ironheart has said she's in it, but maybe she's wrong. Maybe she's thinking of another project that's not Doomsday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that could just be like a normal day of work for those guys where they don't exactly know what project they're there for.
Yeah.
Justin, I would argue that Spider-Man is one of their main characters. Like you say, they can't because of Sony. Spider-Man is one of the more used characters in the MCU.
But
Yeah.
that's why it's the more consistent, because it's not Marvel Studios making it. Sony can make as many of these movies technically as they want.
Right, but I'm saying like that's an outlier because Spider-Man's been around. There's been a lot of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, he was the quickest one to actually get a full trilogy of movies out too.
Right, and look, Spider-Man is also the most profitable superhero in the world by far. Like he's leaps and bounds above like Superman and Batman. Like the numbers aren't even close. So I get it. I understand.
Movies have there been?
A lot.
Yeah. And I get it. But look, the idea of like introducing so many characters and then just not doing anything with them is weird. It's weird.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of them from like the Disney Plus shows. And this is not me talking about quality. This is not even about quality. I haven't even gone into that yet. But there's a lot of characters that we met that people wanted to see more of, and they just didn't give us anything. Keep in mind, I love Agatha and WandaVision, but you chose to do an Agatha show over all of these other characters that you introduced. Again, I love Agatha, and I would fight for that show. But you didn't make room for any of these other characters that you introduced. Where's Moon Knight season 2? What happened to America Chavez? What happened to all of the other characters you introduced on the TV side, like Kate Bishop, who's only been in one thing?
Yeah. But again, like I'd argue that like post Endgame mandate was greenlight as many as you can. They weren't thinking about follow-ups. They weren't thinking of the ramifications of those things. And again, like there should have been an Avengers movie, end of phase 5 to wrap everything up and do this and this and this. And again, maybe they would have. Maybe that was the plan, you know? But like again, there was a COVID and there was a writer's strike and there was a Jonathan Majors.
But I think that the mandate pretty much happened after COVID though. Yeah, all of the Disney Plus shows came out after COVID had been announced, right? Like 2020, 2021.
No, it was before Endgame. They were focusing on like Disney Plus. I mean, Disney Plus launched in 2020, right? So like
that was the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, but like most of those shows were kind of getting started.
They were prior to that.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I'm saying like this was they kept moving forward with it after it wasn't working. They kept going and kept putting out shows. And the issue is, well, I mean, this isn't me saying this. Like this is basically Kevin Feige said this. Like he talked about Bob Iger and him talked about this. I don't like Bob Iger either, but they said Bob Chapek was the one that kept pushing really hard for all these Disney Plus projects.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like this is why I think we're getting this consolidation thing with Secret Wars is because there are too many characters and not enough properties to put them in. They don't have enough space for all of these characters. And when they cut back on the shows, a lot of them are going to disappear. And I see that someone mentioned Werewolf by Night. I think it was Parker. Werewolf by Night is an exception to this because that was listed as like a one-off series. So as much as I would love to see Elsa and all of those characters come back, that literally was listed as like a one-off special. Yeah. So like, I can't fault them on that one too much. But when you have something like you're introducing the new Hawkeye, right? You're introducing this character. You're bringing Kingpin over into the universe. You got Yelena in that show. And what the fuck happened to it? And by the way, if you go back and you watch Hawkeye now, and I'm telling everybody in the chat to do this, if you go back and you watch it, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
It's like one of the better ones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, you know, me and Jake just talked about this for like a good bit actually, but like we were saying how much we'd love a like anthology series for like Disney Plus to be like, okay, you have all these stories that are just kind of out in the open. We don't know what to do with people don't want to watch all these various TV shows. Do one TV show. One TV show comes out every year, has like 8 episodes. It just 8 stories in its universe. So you can wrap up Hercules and Agatha.
And you know how they would do that? It would be animated. It would be animated.
Which is fine.
Yeah, they'd have to do that animated. 100%.
Totally fine if they're longer episodes. That's my only caveat because we just said, and kind of going with Eyes of Wakanda and What If, 20-minute anthology episodes are not enough to tell an entire story. You need more time.
Right.
But even then, like those are the kind of projects or the kind of stories, and that's really the kind of show structured in that way that could kind of just last for as long as the MCU does.
Mm-hmm. But again, like most of my complaints aren't about like the hypeness of the projects or whether or not people love the characters. It's really about the business problems that the decisions they made at the top end.
100%.
That video is coming out. It'll probably be out maybe tomorrow or earliest Wednesday. I still have a lot of stuff I have to do with it. But Silhouette Animator with a $5 super chat. Imagine if the post-credit scene for Brand New Day is Vulture blipping back into the main timeline, visibly shaking, warning Peter, doom is coming.
Will he know who Peter is?
Maybe. I like that version of Vulture, the one from the MCU.
Oh yeah, he needs to come back.
Oh yeah.
So
I think they need to just pretend that wasn't like. Let's just say that vulture was a different vulture, not our vulture. Like
Yeah.
our vulture is safe.
There's variants. He was a variant vulture. He wasn't a real one. So. Naruto here with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Did you know Cress Williams and Lin Whitfield were in Eyes of Wakanda?
Yep.
I didn't know originally, but I recognized Cress in the series. So, but yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit. It's really unfortunate, the situation on how that series went down, because I've got a lot of positive things to say about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I have a lot of positive things to say about it. So we'll get to that in a moment. And last super chat for now, and then we're going to jump into a topic. $5 super chat from Silhouette Animator. Thank you so much. Which, by the way, I think we are 9 out of 10 super chats already. So you guys are
beginning of the month. Everyone got paid.
Oh yeah. That's true. All right. Wonder Man theory. Oh, I always forget about Wonder Man. There's no advertising for the show.
No.
It's a couple months out though, so they still have.
I wish they would have done something at Comic-Con though, like something bigger.
Maybe.
Wonder Man. In the comics, his powers are tied to properties found in Pym particles. What if Mitchell Carson from Ant-Man 1 is behind it? I don't know. I don't think that Wonder Man, the show, is going to be anything like what we expect it to be. I think it's going to be a very different type of series.
I still know nothing. I've never been introduced to this character in the slightest, and that's exciting to me.
So Wonder Man was experimented on and got powers by being injected with stuff to become a super soldier, and that's essentially what his story is.
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
It's
and
like
a lot of his powers, if you're talking about like actual energy and things like that.
Yeah,
the closest thing I can think of is kind of like a sort of Gambit style kinetic energy.
Okay.
And I mean, whenever this was first announced, I love the actor that they have in the lead, but as far as the actual character itself, it's kind of one that I don't really care much about. I know the character.
Yeah.
I just don't care about him.
The sad thing is Wonder Man in the comics was set up to be like another like Superman type character, essentially.
Yeah.
And they didn't really do much with Simon
because
after that.
Because whenever Civil War came around, they just turned him into a government lapdog.
Yeah, and there's a couple of characters in the comics that could fill good roles, but nobody does anything with them. I mean, it's just the way
kind
it
of
is.
similar to what happened to Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Experimented on.
Yeah.
I'm just excited about who's making the show. That's where my excitement's at.
Yeah. All right. So one more super chat to hit the goal. I know we'll get it, so I'm just gonna let you guys take your time on it because we got to jump into some topics. What were you gonna say, Jake? Sorry.
I'm sending you some poll ideas.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. We'll talk about Eyes of Wakanda first for the people that saw it. I'm not gonna spoil it if nobody's seen it in the chat. I won't give away too many details about the last episode because that's really where all the spoilers are or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's do this. We're gonna share the screen here. I'm not sure how much you guys talked about it on your stream earlier, but here we go. So it's really unfortunate that we've had a couple of Marvel projects now that have been well received from fans, and Disney had no faith in it whatsoever and just kind of stealth dropped it without promoting it properly.
Yeah.
I really, really liked the show. It was very short. It was like a 2-hour movie, essentially, 30-minute episodes. We watched it in one afternoon. I don't know how it would have done week to week because the episodes were short.
Yes.
I think that would have been a problem. So
that's what we said too.
Well, because of the way that the show was structured and the way the episodes were, I don't think it would have worked week to week.
Yeah. So I don't have an issue with them dropping it all at once. I just kind of have an issue with the way they treated the show. There wasn't a lot of proper promotion for it. This is at a higher look. I think this is actually better than, in my opinion, I think it's better than Wakanda Forever. I enjoyed it more.
I said the same thing on Darren's show.
Like right now, my like if I'm ranking the shows that are part of that Black Panther mythology, like you consider, I guess, Ironheart like adjacent to that or whatever. I would say like it would probably be Black Panther 1, then it would be Eyes of Wakanda, then it would be Ironheart, and then it would be Wakanda Forever. That would be my ranking probably if I was ranking that section of the MCU.
Yeah, I said I enjoyed this more than Wakanda Forever also.
Yeah.
I'd go
go ahead.
Black Panther 2, my number one. Black Panther 1, Ironheart, this probably.
Okay.
Oh, this is at the bottom of your list?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which isn't like a negative on this. I think Ryan Coogler just cooks.
I don't
And,
think
like,
I don't think any of them are bad. So you're
Yeah.
putting a good thing at the back of the
Yeah.
list because you just have to put something at the back of the list. So that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. Like I ended this being like it was pretty solid, like a pretty solid show. It didn't connect with me like as much as I wanted it to, and maybe I should go back and rewatch it because it was very different to what I thought it was going to be. Like it wasn't the kind of show I thought.
I thought the
isn't a bad
unique thing is this is the first canon animated series
is.
where
Yes.
it's supposed to tie into the main continuity, and you don't get it till the end of this is one of the spoilers, which I'm not going to spoil. It's in the last episode, but it does sort of tie into the live action stuff towards the end of the series. Cool points here. We get to see one of the first Iron Fist in the series, and it's a really good story. I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time because I'm like, this is actually a really good sort of mystery and cat and mouse game they were playing, which I thought was kind of fun. We get to see a future character in here. I'm not going to say which one. The first 2 episodes sort of feel more connected than the last 2 episodes for me.
I'd say the last episode kind of connects the whole series together.
No, it does. But I mean, I think the first 2 are like brother-sister episodes, whereas
yes, agreed. Yeah.
The last 2, the third one is kind of its own little thing, and then the fourth one ties the whole series together.
Yeah, the third one is kind of like, second cousin once removed.
But I think it absolutely deserves these scores. 91%, 72%.
No problem.
I absolutely understand it. The animation is beautiful. It reminded me a little bit of like the Arcane series on Netflix, the way it was animated.
Yeah. I like the way the animation is when it's in motion and everything's moving, and I like all the Wakanda visuals, but when a lot of the character models are standing still, they look a little off to me.
I think it's sort of like heads. Like I think the way they draw characters' heads,
it's like cone heads or something.
Yeah, some of them had like weird, like just the style and the choices for the way they design characters. But I still enjoyed the series. I thought it was reminded really, really good.
I got reminded of the what if animation a little bit.
I'm not the biggest hater of what if animation, but I think it's clearly one of the weaker ones that we have in Marvel, in my opinion.
Right, especially in comparison to something like X-Men 97.
X-Men 97, I think Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I think they're all better than what if, in my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
A lot of people thought Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animation wasn't good, and I completely disagree with that.
So there are parts where I think it didn't look great, but overall I thought it was solid.
You have to get used to the style, is all. Which it did take me a little bit.
It's like a moving comic book is essentially what it is. Yeah.
I think like once your eyes adjust to what it is, it looks really good.
But I feel really bad because Ryan Coogler... Oh, sorry, 3Dub, go ahead.
Same thing happened with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Like, the animation took me out.
Yeah, I do remember people saying that too. Dalton, I don't hate What If. I actually really enjoy What If. I just wish they would have stuck to an anthology and not tried to tie every season up. That to me was a big mistake on their part. It worked in the first season, but they shouldn't have done it with the season 2 and season 3. What really sucks though is without What If being around now, once they tie these characters up in Secret Wars, they're done. Like there's no bringing those guys back and using them ever again. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I worry like. It isn't really connected to this. We're going to drop this down now. Either way, I would say I'd probably give Eyes of Wakanda I think a 9 out of 10. It's really good. Okay. I really, really enjoyed it.
I was really positive on it too because it's something I really like whenever, not even just Marvel, but it's whenever fiction stories do this period, and a lot of people get attached to characters and character-driven stories, and while I do as well. One of the things that really gets me invested in a story is the world building. And I think that was probably the strongest part of this series where, all the different locations that they go to, you see the effect that Wakanda has on all of those locations.
Yeah.
The effect that those places, bless you. The effect that those places have on Wakanda. Granted, the location in the last episode was kind of lacking in that regard, which is one of the reasons why I don't like the last episode as much as the other 3.
Right.
But I do love the whole world building sense that they have, and me and Darren were even talking about this too. My favorite episode is either 2 or 3, and which I found funny because unless I'm wrong, I think Darren said 2 was arguably his least favorite.
Yeah.
So it's like we both were really positive on the show. But our opinions were like polar opposites.
Oh, the Iron Fist episode I thought was really good though. So,
yeah, that's I think that's the funnest one. Like it's not like I don't think it's the best written episode, but like it's so cool just to see Iron Fist in the MCU again. That's like screw it.
We have Ronan showing up. Good to see you, Ronan. Your mic is
Ronan,
muted, but good to have you here.
What's up, y'all? I'm still at work, but I managed to where I can still work and be part of this. So, yeah.
Okay.
What's up,
All
y'all?
right, cool.
Oh, that'll make lists a little difficult.
Okay, so I want to see. We got a couple super chats here. I think now let's go down here.
Sure did.
Did we hit it? Yeah, we hit it. We got 10.
Yay.
I see confetti falling from the top of the chat.
I just sent you some poll ideas if you want to put some of those in.
We're gonna do those at the hour and a half mark. So Stagger4 with the 49 and super chat. Since Hulk has been confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day, do you think it's possible he'll be regular Hulk again or just Smart Hulk? Darren, you're shaking your head. You think regular Hulk? Is that what you're thinking, or Smart Hulk?
There's no way we make it out of this movie him being Smart Hulk. Still, there's no way in the world. I think honestly, I think that's the entire reason he's in this movie. I think I think they really want Savage Hulk for either Doomsday or Secret Wars, and they need time for him to get back to that point. So I think they're going to be like, all right, have a story. The rumor is Mr. Negative. Which
could definitely bring about Savage Hulk.
Definitely there. I think there's a lot of, obviously maybe this is projecting a little bit, but like there's a lot of narratives in this movie, seemingly where Peter's at in his life about how to handle loneliness, how to handle how to like how characters are feeling and like where they're at mentally. And I think Hulk and Spider-Man can have a very interesting
conversation. I'm Hulk. I'm Peter Parker.
Or even a step further, Punisher also shares those very similar like ideas. I think very interesting.
And I'll say this too. I'm just kind of throwing this out there, but if this happens, I totally called it. You have, like say you have interactions between Spider-Man, Hulk, and Punisher, and you see, Spider-Man starts to see the humanity in somebody like Hulk who has a monster form, but then somebody like Punisher who has a human form, he starts to see the monster characteristics in. I'm calling that right now.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
I will
it's crazy
say
that they have like 3 characters with anger management issues right now.
What's up there?
I will say when I first saw the super chat come up, I saw the S and the Hulk. And I thought they were saying She-Hulk was confirmed for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I was like, where? I like checked Twitter. I was like, where I was like, oh, it's Sense. God damn it.
I actually think She-Hulk's humor would work with Spider-Man 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
I wouldn't want that for a Spider-Man movie, but I would like to see them interact. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean, if she would ever pop up again, I don't think I'd want it to be there, but
a different project with them, like I think Avengers would be fun.
Yeah, I'm not saying her character doesn't work, but just a different project.
I actually think that Marvel is going to be very, very particular about this movie specifically because they know that this is a film everybody's waiting for.
Yes.
So they're going to do what they can to like make it work. And I think there's going to be no. I'm going to put it this way. There's going to be no curveballs in this movie. Like, we're not going to see any weird casting where it's like, why is that character there?
Yeah.
Like, people may disagree that Spider-Man doesn't need to have the Hulk in the movie or Punisher or whatever, but those are 2 solid characters. And I think if they're going to turn Smart Hulk back into like Savage Hulk, I think that's a really good thing. I think Punisher's definitely a bonus no matter how you look at it. But, we'll see.
You know what I just realized? So I said a few minutes ago that Spider-Man's the character that it took them the quickest amount of time to get a trilogy of because he got 3 movies over the course of 4 years.
Right.
By the time he gets his next movie, it will have been 5 years. So the entire time it took to get his first trilogy, it'll be that and then some before he gets a new movie.
He's the only solo character to get. I'm sorry, he's the second solo character to get 4 films, but he's never got it the quickest. 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Third. Captain America, Thor, and Spider-Man.
So
well,
that's not Steve, but
that's true. I mean, it's different. Yes, there is a mantle, but I guess I was talking to individual characters to get 4 movies.
Yeah, because Thor's 4 films took 11 years.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really looking forward to seeing the difference in powers because if Hulk punches Spider-Man, will he be able to fully stop the Force?
I don't. I think Spider-Man.
He won't stop it, but he'll take it.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't get hit by Hulk anyway, technically.
Right, but I mean, so spider sense. Even if he knows it's coming, he can't always dodge it.
Yeah.
I would say it depends on how like angry the Hulk is, because the Hulk isn't as. I mean, if we're going by actual lore, the Hulk gets more powerful the more angry he gets.
Yeah,
so,
the madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
I think this is really their chance to fix the spider sense in the MCU, because it's not always been bad, right? Like I think Far From Home had some really, really cool stuff with that, where he like stops the machine, but that's cool.
And
but
honestly, the No Way Home sequence where he's like figuring out that it's Goblin,
sure,
cool sequence too.
But like I feel like they can have a lot of really, really cool things of like showing how powerful Spider-Man is, right? Like that's one of my favorite like visuals of him like picking up the Hulk like over his head. I'm not saying they're gonna do that here, but like that's always been one of the things I pointed to of like Spider-Man's really fucking strong. Like people don't realize how strong he actually is.
This I'm gonna think this is a good segue. We're gonna get to the other super chats in just a moment, but this is a good segue to talk about the new suit here. I've got a few different pictures we're gonna look at, but this is
Andrew's in Spider-Man 4? Holy shit. Freaking news.
It is a multiverse movie.
I've seen a lot of people comparing these two suits because this one from Amazing Spider-Man 2 is kind of the closest thing to the one we have now in this upcoming movie.
It also kind of
go ahead.
It also kind of feels like they kept the bright blue that was at the end of No Way Home.
Oh, they did 100%. Yeah. So the one on the left the one on the right was the most comic accurate suit for pretty much the longest time. The one on the left now is, with the exception of the web shooters, which I'll talk about that in a moment. The one on the left is the most comic accurate Spider-Man suit we've had across all the trilogies now.
And we actually get a clear look at the back of the costume too, because that was one thing we didn't see for the longest time, was how the red spider on the back looked.
And it looks great, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I'll find one here to show in a second.
Because I know the concept art of that final version, they originally depicted it as being somewhat gold. I was like, please don't. Please don't do that. They didn't.
What are our general thoughts on this while I look for the rest of the photos? Just kind of give your thoughts on
10 out of 10 for me.
I adore it.
I mean, go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead, Ronan. It's fine. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I mean, you know, like how many times have we talked about our favorite comic book suits of all time on the show? And I've pointed this suit out. Like I adored, and I would have cried like a baby if they would have made massive changes to the suit. And it seems like all the for the most part, all the changes have been for the better. I love the lines on the suit. My only somewhat nitpick, and I don't think I'll even give a shit once the movie comes out. The spider maybe a little bit too big for my liking. I think the legs are maybe a bit too spread out. But like what a stupid nitpick! It's like I don't like the spider on his chest. It looks fine. Like, it's such a stupid thing to say. It looks almost perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, the spider in Homecoming was super small.
Sure.
Ronan, where you stand?
Oh no, that like, to me, it's weird. I'm gonna go see this movie, but I'm not going, oh my gosh, it's a man. I'm like, because I already got a trilogy. With this dude in this too. Like, I don't need. Although this premise is intriguing and sounds very comic booky, I'm not going, finally, because I already got 3 movies with this dude. Like, if only him appearing in some other person's show or movie was all I needed up until Avengers, that'd be enough for me, because he's that wrapped in and that's defined in the MCU that I'm not going, ooh, why not? Like to me, the giddiness is that, like, okay, this feels more accurate to what John Romita Jr., to what Steve Ditko, to what all these great artists did. And that's where I hope, people going gaga for it. I'm like, don't forget to highlight those who built up that suit, because, when I go into that movie, I better not see a single. And I'm not saying because I hate the element of the trilogy, but like, I better not see, sense, or feel an inch or an ounce of Stark Industries tech in there. I'm like, let that be him made. Like, I remember I think my friend Adam Blavik, he said it, like, because you could see some wrinkles in some of the set photos. I'm like, let it be that way. Don't make it smooth and with CG and whatnot. Like, let it be that way. That way it feels homemade, and it feels like, okay, it's him
Yeah.
finally on his own,
Yeah.
doing his thing. And like sometimes there's gonna be wrinkles, sometimes it's not gonna be in 4K, and that's okay. That's almost the more connective and more reliable, relative way to feel that he has wrinkles in his costume. Why? Because he's probably done this more than once.
Yeah.
It is not being, creased in every time he has to go into battle.
And
Yeah,
to kind of go
Wrinkles
on
give
what
it a more authentic feel, and give me at least one scene where you see him, do kind of like what he did in either Spectacular or the '90s, where you see him sewing the suit back together. after
Yes.
the fight. Show me some of
Yes.
that.
and to kind of go in what Ronan said, it felt like when he used the Tony Stark tech, it felt like a crutch, where if he fully becomes Spider-Man, he doesn't need a crutch. Like he doesn't need like a cheat code to sensing bad guys behind him.
That's kind of the point of the trilogy, is him realizing that. And so, I do fully agree. It's like, yes, this needs to be I want Spider-Man to be a little broke bitch. I want him not to be able to afford his rent or afford these fancy costumes. I like he's going back to like the very homemade
An independent
web
hero.
shooters. Yeah, that's going to be the most exciting part of it.
So this little video clip showed up, and this is the first time. Remember how I don't know if you guys know. Well, I mean, Darren probably knows in 3Dub, but Jake and Ronan probably, because they haven't been here as much. But I've always said that Andrew was my Spider-Man. Like that was my Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
This video, when I saw this today, I went out. I was getting my beard trimmed and my haircut, and I'm sitting there watching the video or whatever. This is the first time that Tom Holland made me believe he was Peter Parker, and it's a very short video clip right here. I saw this and I was like, okay, this is Peter Parker. Like and it might be because he's gotten a little bit older. Maybe it's the haircut. I don't know. It's definitely the suit has something to do with it. But this looks like now I see the vision. Now this looks like Peter Parker to me. Let's watch the video clip.
Feels like his own Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I love the jumping.
I am Speed.
This is Peter Parker to me.
Darren.
You ready?
Yeah, he does look a little bit older here.
Yeah, but right here, it's the suit, it's the haircut, it's all of it. Like this to me is Peter Parker.
And they got the raised webbing on the costume from Toby's.
Yeah, like you could tell. I think someone said it that like, oh yeah, this new version is inspired by what he experienced with those two other guys. Like that took a little bit of him, took a little bit of it. And I'm like, that is.
Well, I mean, the
poetic.
on the front is definitely inspired by Andrew Garfield. And
Yeah,
definitely inspired by Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's such a cool element that we've never seen before. Like, I like the idea that a character is impacted by alternate versions of themselves. Like, that's fascinating. Yeah. That's kind of like what we wanted from the like Flash movie. It's like, okay, this like the Ezra Miller Flash got his name because he heard the other Flash say it. Like that's an insane thing to do. And to the point, like I love the idea that like maybe not in this next one, but maybe in a future installment, maybe there's a Harry Osborn that comes into town. He's like, Osborn? Is your
dad?
Like Norman Osborn is like, yeah, of course. It's like, I love that element is that like he's afraid to get close to someone because what they might become or who they might be related to. That's fascinating to me. I think that'd be very interesting.
It'd be nice if they do the whole thing of like him meeting Harry, but he doesn't know his last name. Say, hey Harry, hey man, what's up? And then it's like, oh, my dad's here to pick me up. And then it's like, Mr. Norman. And like Norman Osborn, Harry Osborn. Yeah. It's like, oh, fuck.
What the fuck?
To your point, Darren, if they ever decide to bring in their version of Gwen Stacy, maybe Tom will have a flashback to the stuff he heard Andrew say about Gwen and how that was his MJ, and that might trigger a bit of a reaction from him.
Not Spider-Ball, Jarmani.
It's also like crazy that DJ Eric says now he feels like Peter Parker when because he's at the age that Tobey Maguire was 26 years old when he did his first Spider-Man, and he's at the age where Andrew Garfield was 29 when he did his first Spider-Man. So it's kind of like crazy that he, as age goes, he becomes more Peter Parker.
Maybe. Also, I think it's the styling of the hair and the costume. It's a combination of things, I think, for me.
Yeah, like to me, I don't know. I know he's going into college, or at least I hope in this phase now. Maybe he's trying to do community college, but like, I hope we get some more moments. Like to me, the out of the new trilogy that really felt what I remember from the animated series, what I remember reading of the few comic books I did picked up, was that opening montage in Homecoming where he's helping the bike, he's helping the lady the directions. He's trying to like help somebody, but he's just trying to crack up his own car, and like him riding the subway eating like a tamale or whatever he was eating one night. Like that felt like the neighborhood kid, like the little guy. And I'm like, show me, I know there's gonna be the Hulk and the Punisher, and that's cool, and that's all the eye candy, but like remember that like you said you didn't enjoy the Avengers because you wanted to look out for the little guy. Right. And now you're on your own. So let's see how the little guy is, and I hope we keep that element in there.
Hell, speaking of other, like Spider-Man animated shows where they have like nods to them, I don't know if they're gonna do this, but maybe take a note out of the Spider-Man 90s book where you see him, like up on the gargoyle high above the city in Self-Reflection, or in Spectacular where he's, like up on, whether it's, I can't remember if it's Chrysler Building, Empire State, it's one of the two, but you hear a lot of his like internal monologue and he's just talking to himself while he's swinging. We haven't really gotten that in a Spider-Man movie before, so maybe like throw some of that in, because cool. to quote Roger Ebert whenever he was talking about Spider-Man 2 back in the day, because I think this quote applies to Spider-Man no matter what version you're talking about. It wasn't like the fact that he swung across rooftops or crawled on walls that made him relatable. He fretted about his personal problems and the thought bubbles underneath his mask. Right. Like, if we have more of that, it makes him a lot more of a relatable character.
Yeah.
So we need thought bubbles.
I will say, and like I've seen people in the chat talk about this, and this has been a big thing online over the last week. People being afraid of the Hulk being there because they want this like low stakes, like grounded movie, and I don't personally, and it may, who knows, I'm not sure what they're gonna do here. I don't think Hulk being here disrupts it being this grounded story. I think you could do something really, really fascinating about, make Hulks very similarly to what you would do with like a Rhino, right? Have it be the people are going to get hurt if I can't stop this guy. This guy, if I can't calm this man down, he is going to destroy all of the city, all of the people that you've watched me care about throughout this film. And it being a story about the little guy, there's no multiverse hole, open it up. There's no magical drone. It's about, and it's not even about beating the Hulk, because I think very similarly to what they were trying to do in Captain America 4, it's about, I need you to stop. Yeah. I need you to calm down. And like, I think that dynamic can be very cool. And on the other side of it, Punisher just out here like marking people, being like, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead. I also need to stop you because what you're doing is not okay. So I think those are both very grounded stories that they
that story only works if New York has been built up as a character, because Holland's movies have been missing that up to now. So if you actually get a sense of how New York operates and have them feel like a character like you had in Tobey and Andrew's movies, then it would work.
I also think that these web shooters are proto web shooters. I don't think these are going to be the final ones. I think these are the ones he's going to start out with.
Oh, it's possible. Himself. Yeah.
I will bust out laughing if he goes, the sun's going low or something like that.
Oh my gosh. I wanted to point out, this is where you kind of see this, the emblem on the back. It's a big red spider. It's very similar to the Amazing Spider-Man one.
Cool.
It's not gold. Thank God there's no gold in the suit that I can tell. Yeah. Thank God. Look, I'm not a gold person. I don't wear a lot of gold. I think gold looks kind of tacky for the most part. No offense to people that like gold. If you like it, you like it. Gold face in the house.
You just told all the Iron Man haters to fuck off then.
Yeah. Well, no. Like, I think in the Spider-Man suit it's different because it felt like it was added in like as just a thing, whereas Iron Man's always had like a red and yellow or red and gold design. Yeah. So
I mean, the comic Iron Spider was cool, but like only for that.
The Iron Spider is one of my favorite suits, but we never really got the true. We got that like weird blue and gold Iron Spider suit, which I didn't really like. No. My favorite suit in the MCU up until this point was the black suit from Far From Home, the black and red suit that he wears. Not the Night Monkey suit. That one. The black and red Spider-Man suit.
I'd say
was my
mine
favorite one.
probably. I think it's labeled in the Insomniac game as the Stark suit, but the one that you see in Civil War and Homecoming.
That's my second favorite. That's my second favorite.
Up until this one, that was probably my favorite.
Yeah. The black and red just popped for me. There was no gold in it. There was no weird stuff in it. It was just literally a straight up Spider-Man suit, which I loved about it. Anyway, I'm super excited about this. However, we did get reminded, and I guess 3Dub didn't remind or whatever. It is time to drop the Discord link.
Everyone was talking.
Just, I can send you if you haven't seen it. By the way, Eric. But did you see all the like Sadie Sink rumors and some?
You can send it over. We can get into that.
Okay.
Okay. So this link is only good for 7 days. So if you're watching the stream and it's more than 7 days, the link is not going to work. Here's the way it goes. Everybody that's here now in the chat, I'm going to send it out to both Reloaded and Debunks. We have a lot of mods. Don't come in there on some bullshit or you're going to get in trouble. Come in, be chill. There's different channels you can jump in. There's a gaming voice chat channel. I'm going to add a debate channel. I don't even know if I put it there or not, but there's going to be a debate channel that you'll be able to come in if you want to debate about stuff. All that's going to be there over the next few days. But here's the link so you can join the Discord and say hello, introduce yourself. If you want a special role, don't spam it. You can say it. I will go through after the stream is over and start adding roles for people, for anybody that wants it. And what I mean by that is if you want to be a Debunk or Reloaded role, which will show up on the sidebar of Discord, just say so. And there we go. All right, here goes the link. All right, get ready for the influx of people.
You just opened the floodgates.
There we go. That is the Discord link for the server. Thanks everybody who hung out for the 30 days before we went live or whatever, for all the channel members. There's going to be more perks for channel members down the road. So if you're a channel member, you're going to get something special. What?
It's flooding right now. I'm watching it live.
Yeah, I'm hearing in my headset. I'm hearing my Discord.
I have the audio turned down on my Discord there. But look, there's a lot of categories. Just don't spam. Like that's one of my big things. Just don't spam. If you want to come in there, you want to chat and have a good time or whatever, you can. But just don't spam the servers, like and overload it.
Anyway. Bots, you hear that? Don't spam.
But anyway, if there's any suggestions for stuff that you guys want in the servers, let me know. You can do that there's going to be a feedback section. I'm going to add it tomorrow. You can leave it there. But yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to point out something I saw in the chat earlier. I think it's like well scrolled up past by now. Somebody was talking about the whole stuff with Spider-Man and Punisher and him getting like a high-tech thing in like some sort of vehicle. How awesome would it be if they just pulled right out of Spider-Man 90s and gave him the battle van?
Oh my god. Well, we will take a look. We do have the Punisher picture.
There is a photo. So. He does have a vehicle in this movie.
So, all right.
Oh, I didn't see that photo yet.
It'd be crazy if he has a car that can shoot webbings onto buildings and climb it. There is a comic that there's a comic.
All right. We're gonna do after we do this, and we'll take a look at the Punisher suit. Then we'll look through this.
I'm not sure how official this is. I tried to look for a source. I didn't find it directly, but everyone was talking about this, so I thought I might.
She's playing iCarly in Brand New Day. All right, so take this with a grain of sand.
They really just put "brand new" in quotes because it's a pun for the movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
We exclusively confirmed that Sadie Sink will portray a brand new, in quotes, character named iCarly, not the TV show, in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. And the twist is that she's an amalgamation of two characters from the comics. Carly's a brilliant forensic scientist who becomes a mysterious ally to Peter Parker, but her impulsive investigation instincts lead her to uncover a shadowy organization, ultimately forcing her to seek Peter's help to survive. The real Spider Kicker, her true identity is unveiled to be a jaw-dropping reveal in the film's climax. Let's just say she's deeply personal motivations for inserting herself into Peter's world so abruptly. Expect the revelation of her character's reveal to spill into Peter's motivation to continue to fight for his future in the upcoming Avengers movies. Okay, who do we think this is?
That's crazy because they haven't filmed the climax yet.
Watch. Like at one point, the reveal is you see her like in the dark room, and you start hearing drums just playing boom, 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 boom. When you're like, oh my gosh, it's Gwen Stacy!
Keyblade Master Jeffrey says, somehow I don't believe this. I don't know.
I don't fully believe it, but like, I still think it's at least an interesting conversation to have of like, if she is an amalgamation of two characters, what would it be? I've heard people throw out like maybe she is a Black Cat, a variant of Black Cat, which I could see being that reveal.
Alicia Hardy, I can see that.
I've all people hate it, and I also kind of hate it, but like it could be a version of Harry, like it.
Harriet.
Harriet.
I'm not even saying it has to be. I wouldn't want to be like Ginger Bench.
I know, I'm joking.
But it could be like Harry's sister or something like that. And on this world, she has a very similar connection to Peter.
Harry's sister Smoothie. Very smooth.
I don't know. I don't know the rules with Harry Osborn because I know at one point in time they said no. They couldn't use Harry. They couldn't use Norman. I don't know what the rules are anymore.
I like what Raphael just put down there in the chat. That'd be an awesome callback to Amazing Friends if they did that.
Firestar.
Oh, Firestar.
That'd be an awesome callback to Amazing Friends.
I would love that.
We
That
need
was one of my
Iceman
favorite
too.
I loved that show.
Well, he could meet Iceman in the Doomsday. It could be Firestar, Iceman, and Spider-Man in Doomsday.
It'd be kind of cool.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yeah, right, I'm okay with Black Cat as long as they don't dive into the like romantic aspects of it. Just because there is, I'm not saying they
Why
can't.
not?
I just think the age difference is a bit. It's not bad, but it is a bit much. Like
What?
Tom Holland's 29, she's 23. Like there is a, I don't know.
Let's see here.
I mean, in the first,
She's not like 17.
in the first Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire was 26, while Kirsten Dunst was like 19. So it's been done before.
Sure, that doesn't mean it should be done. No, I'm not saying that should be the standard. I'm not saying you can't, but like, why not just cast someone a little bit older if that's the approach you're going to get? They saw her out and I don't know. That's just me though.
Yeah,
I actually laughed
right
at
there.
laughed at the part of his suit that basically has like shins that you can slide on the cement if you go down on the thing. Yeah.
Oh,
knee
yeah,
pads.
yeah.
On the what?
Basically, like he can slide on the street without hurting his knees.
Yeah.
Basically.
He said cement, right?
Well, yeah.
Here it's something different.
Cement is street. It's concrete, right?
Yes.
I okay.
Move on.
Move
on.
I just heard
Okay.
a different word. It's fine. We can move on.
So, I want to say this is really crazy to me because a lot of people want you to believe that Marvel doesn't like this logo because they've changed it a few times in the comic. Here they are using it in their biggest franchise right now, which is Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the people that say that clearly. Yeah. By the way, also, I think this is the best he's ever looked.
Yeah.
To be
I'd say
honest,
so, too.
in my opinion.
I mean, I liked the kind of ragged, worn down look that he had. In Born Again, it fit that story that they were telling. But if you're going for a tried and true Punisher look, then you want to go with something like this.
I don't know, man. The first time when in season 2, that rooftop scene, see you around, Red. That was the ultimate time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I do want to point something out though. There's a narrative right now, and I want to nip this in the bud before it even becomes a thing, which it probably will be or whatever. So what happens is, and this is like a product of, I call this WandaVision brain, which is there's a lot of theories that happen that just kind of go off the deep end, and then it becomes people's expectations, and then when that doesn't happen, they either get upset about it or they claim the studio changed it or there's some other conspiracy theory around it. But Bailey here says if they put Punisher in an Iron Man suit, I'm not going to say that on stream, on Kevin Feige's front porch. And I thought, okay, not a great thing to say, right? But then it got weird because as I was scrolling, I started seeing, and let me show you here. I have another one. I started seeing people just kind of repeating this talking point. And it's like, oh, this is the new, like, we're going to keep saying this now because they didn't give us a full. First of all, it's my time to shine. Hello, by the way. That should be the first red flag.
Yep.
But it says the Punisher will reportedly get a major upgrade to deal with Spider-Man in the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie. And it's like, why do you think that means Iron Man armor? First of all, Frank Castle would not wear Iron Man armor.
No.
Nope.
Like I said, do the whole thing with the battle van. Maybe that's his upgrade.
Yeah, from the animated series. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Do that. I'm now just thinking back to every time that was done, and every time you saw that car attack something, every time you would always hear "Battle Van." Insert command here. It was like it sounded like something out of a Star Trek cartoon.
Justin, please explain to me, and this is no offense to you, how would this Punisher have access to War Machine's armor? This Punisher argues against that stuff in the show. So you're saying that you're basing the fact that he wore it in the comics on the Punisher that we know from the MCU.
This version of him
would not.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
I get it was in the comics, which I'm like, yeah, that is in the comics, but also where is Rhodey at in this scenario? His War Machine or Armor Wars, whatever the fuck they're calling it now, movie and show has been like in the loop, like Blade. Like
when I say Frank Castle won't wear the armor, I'm not talking about every iteration of Frank Castle.
Right.
I'm talking specifically about this iteration of Frank Castle.
Yeah, and like he said it in Board Again, I don't have time for your superhero candy ass bullshit. Like,
that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
Like he's very anti.
I don't even think that he would go along with this because remember he's in charge of like the special they're doing of Punisher, and they had to like change it because he wanted it to be a certain way. I don't think he would do that and then go over to Spider-Man and start flying around in War Machine's armor. Like I don't think that's the thing that's going to happen.
No,
you know what I mean?
Like that would just be considered, like cheap or lazy or inadequate. And
if they did that, I would be screaming on here. I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like I would do that for sure if they did that, like 100%.
Not without tons and tons and tons of year of build up to that. Like they are like this version of the character right now would absolutely never do that.
I actually think that the idea of getting the major upgrade to deal with Spider-Man means some kind of weaponry, like some kind of tech on weapons or whatever, like not an actual armor suit.
The only way that I could possibly see it would be like it's not by choice or something like that, right? Like he's in a pinch, he's locked in a fucking bunker with a bunch of shooters. He's like, fuck, and throws it on or something. You know what I mean? It's like last resort. I am going to do this or I die. Get out of this.
But then we would still have to explain how he comes across Iron Man armor. Because keep in mind, Ironheart's armor is unique because she had to build her own armor, which means that somehow Punisher would stumble across War Machine suit and just wear it. Like,
some arms dealer probably got it and was like, yeah, salute.
No, just imagine Frank finds like the remains of like the Iron Patriot suit from Iron Man 3.
Oh my god! I would believe that he finds like tech or weaponry from like a battle with aliens or something. He might use that, but I don't see him wearing armor.
But even then, he just shouldn't because it would take away from his authentic nature.
And like Darren said, he would be as quick to use it as a last resort, and then immediately would be like, "Oh, fuck that shit! I don't want it."
Discard it immediately.
Yes.
But you know what sucks? Fans would accept that way quicker than they would Ironheart. They would be like, "Let's go!
You're right.
I can't believe it."
That's true. I believe you. Yeah. All right, we got some super chats here. We got a member chat from Anthony Beltry. He's been a member for 59 months. Thank you so much for your support, Anthony. When will Marvel Studios make an animated movie? I don't know.
Well, they just came out with a 2-hour movie. They just broke it up into 4 parts.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, essentially.
So you know what? I've been thinking about something like this similar, and people, saying, the superhero stuff is so much similar, and when is it gonna come back? I'm like, you know what? If I was Marvel Studios, at one point, probably even after Doomsday and Secret Wars, for those who don't know, Marvel Comics before they started doing all the superhero stuff, they did Westerns, they did Millie the Model, they did all stuff. So I'm like, why wouldn't they open their box and really, again, have range and say, look, Marvel Studios isn't just going to do superhero stuff. We can do Westerns. We can do, female-led stories like this and go back and look at those titles and do something unique with them. That way it just shakes the norm of just like, okay, we're expecting, tights and capes and cool toys and whatnot. It's like, all right, let's do a Western. Let's just shake it up. And again, you don't have to do a big movie. You don't have to do a long television series. What have I been saying, boys? I've been saying the specials. The specials are things that you have to lean in more to and just try out more.
Give me more specials. That's what I want.
Yes.
Give the rest of the Howling Commando monsters, give them specials. I've been saying
yes. Oh.
Just give me that living mummy. Give me that Frankenstein's monster. Come on.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple opportunities. I think in the Prime MCU it'd be hard. I think especially it's unfortunate, but animated movies unfortunately normally do less than live action movies. That is unfortunately proven. We just saw that with Transformers 1. comparatively to like your Michael Bays and your shit like that, right?
Mhm.
I mean, Vin Diesel recently pitched like a Groot animated movie that he wants to do. I don't necessarily want that, but that is on the table. My pitch for a long time, if they ever do a Marvel versus DC movie or a Marvel DC movie, needs to be animated. I think that's the only way to properly pull that off. Literally today, and they've said this previously, the X-Men 97 people have said they would love to do like like a movie for X-Men. That'd be fucking hype as hell. I'd be okay with that.
You know what might work for me? A Blade animated movie. I think would go really hard.
Deadpool?
It might actually come out.
Give him like his own, like little limited animated series that could work too.
Yeah, I mean, do something like for real, just 100%.
Otherwise, there is only going to be one Blade.
Naruto with a $10 super chat here says Eyes of Wakanda ranking 3, 4. Okay, so episode. Let me think. 3, 4, 2, 1.
Yeah,
am I the only one who likes 2?
Maybe.
I need to watch it. I've been busy with this thing that I'm working on that I'm dropping tomorrow.
You should definitely check it out, though. It's pretty solid. So
okay,
it's only 2 hours. So
yeah, it's only a 2-hour series. It's crazy Disney Plus did Ryan Coogler dirty. Yes, I agree with that. The last 2 things that he did for Disney Plus have been shit on, pretty much. He had an amazing movie, and Disney was like, release all the episodes at once for both shows. Yeah,
especially with what kind of year he's having. Like, it's really crazy to me to put out Sinners, which is regarded arguably as the best movie of the year so far. Like, that is like the people's choice of this year. To just been like, just throw him out, and then expect him to just pour his heart out for Black Panther 3.
Yeah,
it's kind of silly to me.
Yeah, sucks. All right, we have a super chat here from Gym Guy 87, who's probably in the gym. $2 super chat says Mr. Fix It in Brand New Day.
Oh,
I
God,
could see that.
Fix It. Oh my God,
I could actually see that happening. Honestly, I don't necessarily say I want them to do that, but I could see them doing it.
Man,
like,
I really would want, and Jig knows where I'm going with this. I really want Logan to be involved in that because I want him to do that cover shot of just with the claws. I'm like, I have that issue. I need
Vegas
that.
Suits dressed up with the patch over his eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Granted, I loved the Hulk cameo we got in that Wolverine montage, but if they could have fit in one more in there, have it next to Wolverine when he's in the patch get up.
All right. Go ahead, Darren.
Sorry. I was just going to say, like, I could very much see a Hulk and Wolverine movie at some point, right? Like, if that's your way of, like, you still can't do Hulk, like, solo movies, that's your way of doing it. Like, have it be a co-led movie. But
I mean,
I wonder if you could
some of the best
Hulk
team-ups with them were some of the best comics, like the team-ups between Hulk and Wolverine, whether they're fighting or they're working together.
Well, not even the team-up. Wolverine was introduced in comics as a Hulk antagonist.
Yeah.
So
I did
also, I'm wondering if they did like a Hulk versus Wolverine movie like the animated one back in 2009, would they even be allowed to put Hulk in the title?
Yeah.
Can I bring this up now that we're talking about these characters? I'll be honest. If in Doomsday or in Secret Wars, if Mark Ruffalo and Hugh Jackman are in the same fucking shot for a solid minute, that will go down as the next failure of modern cinema alongside Harrison, Carey, and Mark in the same shot for the new trilogy of Star Wars. I'm like, we finally have this opportunity to have these characters together. Yeah. These 2 actors who have been synonymous for the longest time with these characters, put them in the same shot together. Give them like I don't have to see a full fight, just like even a shove, a push shove of like, what are you gonna do about it, little man? And just like,
don't do a reflection of Hulk like you did. I mean, granted, it was badass that they recreated that John Byrne comic cover, but come on, give the.
Well, it was McFarlane,
or McFarlane, my bad.
Yeah, and I think I do truly think, and you can say if you like this or you don't, because I'm kind of mixed on it, but I do think there will be a scene with Robert's Iron Man, Chris Evans, Captain America, his Hulk, Wolverine, maybe Deadpool, Tobey Maguire. Like there's going to be a shot where it's like all the very iconic castings of those characters in one shot. Maybe even like recreating the like Avengers Circle or something, and it's Tobey and Hugh and
Aaron, don't get me thinking about that. Damn it!
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, and then all they'd be missing is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a very small topic, and then we're going to talk about Fantastic Four's box office and Superman. We're going to talk about like what we think for the next couple weeks, where they're going to be. But let's do this first because this is pretty crazy.
You said we're only doing one list tonight, right?
Yeah, we're doing one. Disney planned to. This is from Discussing Film, from the Wall Street Journal. Disney planned to use AI deepfake technology to put Dwayne Johnson's face on a body double for the live-action Moana remake. Johnson actually approved the plan, but it never went ahead due to data and copyright concerns.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He already looks pretty damn close to the character. Just put a wig on him.
Yes.
You know what? Do it just for we can make fun of Dwayne Johnson again. Because the first trailer, the photo, we'd be fucking roasting the man to all hell. Holy shit, that would have looked bad.
The hierarchy of technology is about to change.
God damn.
The hierarchy of Disney's about to change.
Well, I mean, we saw, this is probably in your list here, Eric, but we got a very similar article like this today with Tron. That they were.
Yeah, it is in my list. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me go ahead.
Okay.
I'll pull it up. Let me grab it. Yeah.
Like, this is concerning to me that it's in the conversation, right? It's not theatrical.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Executives are actively trying. I think Tron is a slightly. I kind of understand what
it was from the same article, by the way, on Wall Street Journal. It was the same article.
Gotcha. So like, it very much concerns me that we're not there yet, but they are trying to push for it. And actors are like, yes, let's do this. This is the direction I want to go. And it's not always a bad thing, but in this case, just...
I mean, The Rock signing off on it is kind of crazy to me, to be honest.
Yeah. Tron's an interesting one. Because
it makes sense in the context of the movie, which is the
grid programming. Yeah, user.
I can kind of be like, okay, if the status of the industry wasn't where it is right now, I would be okay with Tron because it's like, oh, you are actively making that an authentic part of the character you're trying. I could be like, okay, but I do think this is just a wiggle room. Be like, oh, but Tron did.
Well, they said bad publicity, which means they didn't want the Jared Leto and the AI character in the movie at the same time. That's essentially what they decided against.
Unless you know what the only way I allow this if you replace Jared Leto with AI. Then you know what?
Why not do that? Yeah,
out, right?
Why can't we do that? Speaking of stuff being AI and shared on screens, did we see this? The War of the Worlds movie with Ice Cube has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, you guys know I don't typically give a fuck about the scores, really, but 0% is pretty impressive.
Well,
have you seen the trailer?
It's bad.
I hope this movie wasn't on anyone's list for tonight.
It's bad. This is a bad movie.
Didn't you guys show me the trailer like last stream or something? Somebody brought it up.
It was on
Council. Jesus Christ, man! Like no Vaseline.
This is bad.
I almost never say I can make a movie better than blank. I almost never say that because it's always wrong. But I looked at the trailer and I thought I might be able to do better with no.
Wait! People in the chat didn't know about this movie. You guys didn't see the trailer. The trailer is fucking hilarious.
Dude.
It's so bad. The visual effects are like, even when they're showing it through like the lens of a phone or something, whatever they're using, it looks like Sci-Fi Network special effects.
Yes.
It's even like CW quality.
Not only can you not see what's happening for a chunk of the time, but it just breaks all sense of realism.
Hold on, fam. I'm gonna get the trailer because I feel like we have to watch the trailer.
Let's watch this trailer.
At this, and they aim the phone at whatever it is that's happening, just so the audience can see it.
Yes, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense, right? All right, so here we're gonna. All right.
I hate this makes me want to watch it. I hate that I rarely hate watch nowadays, but I low key kind of want to.
Right. Okay. So this is the trailer. Dalton, everything looked better than this. Literally anything. Morbius was better than this. Fucking Madam Web was better than this. When you see this trailer, guys, and it might get removed on the playback because they might claim it or whatever, which it's Amazon, so I don't know. But when you see this, not only is the story bad because it looks like two things stuck together. You have like this conspiracy theory, like rogue agent type fucking story going on, and then this alien invasion going on, and Ice Cube is literally talking to people on the phone while they're in the middle of fucking New York City and shit with aliens attack. Like, you have to see it. Come on, let's watch.
Ice Cube should have just made another Friday movie.
Should have made Turbo too.
Hey. See, you took the Sunday graveyard shift again.
Okay, see, so at the beginning here, you're like, oh, it's a cool, like, they're collecting your data, they're going to like spy on you or whatever. This probably would have worked for this type of movie, like just a data collection spy type film. You probably could have done that. But when it gets into the alien shit, you're like, no fucking
Dad,
way.
when's the last time you left the office?
That's classified.
Oh, Jesus.
The surveillance industrial complex is collecting massive amounts of data with the Goliath program.
Okay, so we're almost 40 seconds into the trailer. You're thinking, okay, this is some weird, like anonymous,
Hacker.
fucking spy shit or whatever. Yeah, hacking shit. And then at the 1 minute mark, it becomes a fucking alien invasion. It's crazy.
Our most precious resource on Earth is data.
The memes. TikTok.
Data
It's the
is
most
food
precious
for the
resource.
Superior intelligence.
Hold on. Look at this shot right here. Where is it at? Right here. Look at how bad this looks. Watch.
Oh,
Look at the building.
look at the fucking
The smoke trail.
yeah, smoke trail. That looks like somebody made an unfinished render.
Dad, you seeing this? Are you seeing this?
Not on
And
the
here
plane.
telling you what they're comprised of.
By the way, the amount of people that are wearing AirPods is through the roof. Like every person has a pair of AirPods on. Every single one. There's no regular headphones. It's just all AirPods.
No, sir. I've never seen anything like this.
Oh no! Look at the special effects on this one. Hold on. Look at this. It's so bad.
Eyewitness video is coming in from all over the world. Terrifying machines rising out of these meteors.
It's not even as good as like somebody who's making a video game for free on like a
Yeah.
free game you get on Steam. It's not even that good.
Most fan films look way better than
Bruh.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Look, that's stupid.
Oh no! Hold on. I gotta slow this
Look,
one down. Let me mute it. Hold on.
It's like, hey, look, I have to show you so I can show the audience. Oh,
Let's slow it
God.
down here. Look, watch this effect. We have to watch this in slow motion.
What is happening to that thing?
Oh no, it's so bad.
Oh, that's giving me a headache.
We're almost done. Here we go.
It's worser than you think.
It is. That's true.
I'm coming for you now.
What is this? A fucking. Ugh.
So that's
Wait.
that, yeah.
What did that say? Your data is your daddy? Is that what that said?
Oh, wait.
What?
Come
What?
Is that what that said?
No, it said your data is deadly.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, why the hell would it say that?
This is when
Jared.
people complain about Marvel and DC. I'm like, no, there's a lot worse stuff out there. You just wait for it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Did you guys feel
This-
that?
What was that?
Do you guys feel the tremble?
At least
I think that was
Madam Web-
H.G. I think that was H.G. Wells right now. He just rolled in his grave, I think.
I want to
least-
say this though.
At least
Like
Madam
this
Web
is
is visually appealing.
that's true. This is so offensive to that Tom Cruise movie, which, by the way, in comparison, is a fucking masterpiece to them.
I actually love that movie.
I do too. I'll defend that movie, but I'm just saying, like, if you look at these two and you go, which one came out more
Yeah.
recently? They'd be like, obviously the Tom Cruise one because the special effects are so much better. No, this is the new one, and it came out on Prime.
Can I
You
just watch
talking about Edge of Tomorrow?
No, War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise.
Oh,
Can
okay.
can I just watch Hackers instead?
Absolutely.
I haven't seen these
That's
movies,
a
but
way
I know-
better movie.
I do low key kind of want to watch this.
It's on
Are you
Amazon,
kidding?
so
Oh, Darren, they've won you over. Did
Yeah.
their job.
I want to. I can at least have an easy worst movie of the year list put together. Just be like, this is bottom of the list. Nothing else is gonna beat it.
That's amazing.
If we look at another bad trailer, let me know because I might need to go get some alcohol.
Hold on, I'm trying to find this.
Wow.
I did show a meme that someone sent in that Discord that was really hilarious.
Someone, Jay Bird said, "Is this how they save money after spending so much on Rings of Power?"
God.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, Eric, didn't you want to at the hour and a half mark? Didn't you want to put the poll out?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
All right, let's do this. Where did you send the options?
To your Discord.
All right.
To your DM. And then I threw in a fifth one in there that I thought of later in case you want to throw that.
All right, so chat, if you hate these choices, they're going to be all Jake. So
yeah.
All right. So I'm curious which one of my 5 you're leaving out.
Let's see. Top 5 best Arrow episodes is one.
Oh. Is there gonna be a theme here, Jake?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe we were gonna be like every show had one or something.
No. That's the only one I did that to.
Gotcha.
All right.
I can't be too predictable.
Let's see, what else do we have here? Top 5. I'm not going to read it out loud. You have to wait. So I'm done with the whole list.
Aaron, I thought you said you weren't tired, but I guess now you might be.
I mean, it is 1 a.m. I'm gonna be a little.
And I actually think after we do the Fantastic Four thing, we'll probably jump into our list for Rotten Tomatoes.
I wasn't tired then, though. I wasn't tired like what was it, like 2.5 hours ago?
Yeah, I was just chilling while you and Taz were talking Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here are the choices in the poll for everybody. You want to go vote on it. Top 5 best Arrow episodes.
Okay.
Top 5 80s movies, any genre. Top 5 worst MCU costumes.
Ooh.
And top 5 comic book characters.
Okay.
See, my options weren't bad.
And if you're watching on the Debunks channel, open another tab for the Reloaded channel and vote there, so I don't have to write it twice.
Also,
I don't have to make 2 polls.
Jake, the Arrow one's gonna kill me because I haven't seen all of Arrow. I don't even remember much shit.
Oh, I was about to say, Ronan, you've got your homework then.
There you go.
Just binge all 8 seasons.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
get your watches in while you can because it's leaving Netflix at the end of the year.
Is it? God damn it.
Yeah.
I did send a meme for the Fantastic Four. It's basically
Oh, hold on, let me show you.
Ideally,
So,
It's fantastic.
so that's how it works. Is Netflix has a deal to where they'll keep the show on for 5 years after it ends.
Jesus, it's been 5 years.
We tried to negotiate, but Galactus asked too high a price. What did he ask? Rent?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I thought it was hilarious.
Okay, so let's talk about Fantastic Four, and then we'll mention Superman, because Superman looking good, guys. It's officially in the nothing but profit category now. So
Boom.
You could say it's looking up.
yeah. All right. So this is from, by the way, Luis Fernando. Shout out, my favorite movie budget guy on Twitter. No bullshit. He just pulls numbers and gives you expectations based on analysts. So shout out to him. If anybody's looking to follow an account that actually does movie budgeting and all that and box office numbers that isn't trying to convince you of something is woke or whatever, this is the channel, or this is the account to follow. So it says the Fantastic Four first steps across this 350 million mark at global box office after the Fantastic Four grossed 39.6 million on second weekend overseas versus Thunderbolt 34, Captain America 35.2, Superman 45.2, Quantumania 46.2, Eternals 48.1. See, he doesn't bullshit. He gives you a range. He's not trying to oversell you on anything, which I really appreciate. A harsh at least 60% drop from opening. I think it was 67 was the final number for 170.3 million international cumulative audience over 53 markets. Allied to 198.4 million cumulative audience in the U.S. Pedro and Vanessa with a 200 million production price tag not including marketing, hit a 368.7 million global cumulative audience, 400 million plus coming next week, meaning the week we're in right now. It seems like it's locked in for 500 million now, based on just math and how long it's going to be in the box office. And it looks like it's eyeing a 520 to 570 on the high end global run.
I call this
Thoughts
a
on this?
success. Like, for me, I call this one a success, even though it's underperformed. Like, it's not like $1 billion or 800 million.
I actually think in 3 I'm glad you mentioned that. I think we need to stop thinking of these movies as $1 billion things.
No.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's realistic anymore.
Just because a movie doesn't make Deadpool and Wolverine numbers doesn't mean it's a failure.
I think there's very, very few comic book projects left that can realistically make $1 billion.
Spider-Man, Avengers.
Spider-Man, Avengers, maybe Batman. Maybe possibly if marketed right and if placed in the right exact month. Those are kind of it. The only reason Deadpool made that much was because it was, Hugh Jackman coming back. It was a huge event. We don't have many of those left. After Avengers 5 and 6, I think the superhero event movies are gone for a long time, at least at this scale. We're not going to get Blank is coming back after 15 years kind of thing. That era is almost over.
I'm glad you asked this, Ethan. I've thought about this a little bit, and
yeah,
I think that there was I think all 3 movies in July fucked up. And the reason why is I think all of them could have made more money. Actually, I think Superman probably would have made more money if it wasn't up against Fantastic Four. I think that Jurassic World would have made more money if it wasn't up against Superman.
Yeah.
I think all of those overlaps hurt all of them, and Fantastic Four was at the tail end. Now we have to see what the legs look like in August, because if they keep the movie in theaters throughout the rest of this month, it will definitely reach somewhere in the $500 million range.
Yeah,
100%.
What I've been saying, like defending Fantastic Four, I'm like, basically they're on the tail end of July, which basically people ran out of money. They spent most of the money on dinosaurs and Superman.
So 3Dub, that was one of the things. Like, I had notes about this or whatever. I think, and we talked about this a little bit, Darren, with 3Dub, and I think a couple other people we talked about it, last year leading into all this summer and stuff. This was a risk because you have to decide whether or not people are saving their money for Fantastic Four or if they're going to run out of money by the time they get to Fantastic Four. And I think we got our answer. I think people ran out of money. And if they're going to go see it in theaters, they're either going to go now in August or they're going to wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. That's where we're going to be with this.
Here's the thing also. It's like, I think this is one of the very unfortunate situations that there wasn't necessarily a good time to put out this movie. So,
right.
Okay. Do you do it in the first act of the year? No, you have Captain America. Okay. May and June, maybe, but there's a lot of stuff coming out still. July was crazy this month. You could have done August and September, but those are back to school month. People aren't really going to the movies.
I think they should have waited till closer to December, honestly.
They could have, but okay, let's say they did November. What else is coming out then? Zootopia 2, which is another one of Disney's properties. They don't want that anywhere near Zootopia 2.
Avatar.
That's another one. December, it's Avatar. I think both Avatar and Zootopia 2 are 2 potential billion-dollar movies. Right. I think those could do very well for Disney. Where else do you put it? The only other place I could think is maybe June. Put it out before Superman, and maybe. But even then, there was a bunch of little things to come out.
That would have been too close to Thunderbolts, though. That would have been too close to Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, Megan, 28 Years Later, Elio, which is another one of the problems. There wasn't a good time. The only thing they could have done, and you know what? Maybe it would have been for the best. People would have hated it. Push it to 2026. Because there's only 2. Right now, there's only 2 Marvel movies in 2026. Right. Maybe it would have been best to do I don't know.
So I have a theory. You want to hear my theory on this one? I have a theory that this was one of those games of chicken with DC.
Yeah.
And they wanted to.
They won.
They wanted to see who blinked, and they're like, "We're going to do this. Who's going to blink first? Is it going to be Superman or is it going to be Fantastic Four?"
Yeah.
And so Marvel, they pulled the trigger and said, "We're going to do it," or whatever. Tron's in October, so couldn't do it, and they don't want to go up against Tron.
Yeah.
This is what happens when a company owns too many IPs.
Yep.
This is what happens.
And Darren and I were talking about this earlier. It doesn't help that granted, Superman has had a massive live action career over the last 35 years. Been in multiple movies, been in multiple TV shows. As far as the Fantastic Four, the movies that came out prior, unfortunately, set the bar pretty low. And there's also just the hard truth of the fact that when it comes to popularity and just name recognition, Superman eclipses the Fantastic Four by a country mile.
Yeah.
It's not even close. Not
Well, to keep in mind, the 2000s Fantastic Four movies didn't make a ton of money either.
Right. No, they didn't. But also, it doesn't help that this Fantastic Four movie is, it is a 60s period piece, which, like the nerds like us, we get into that kind of thing, but that doesn't really attract well to your broad audience.
Yeah.
And that's what has kind of helped Superman is that it is, it's, wildly accessible in its tone and its aesthetic. B, it's not part of a larger universe. It's the start of one. So you don't have that.
No homework.
I don't fully buy into the homework term, but yeah. Like you don't have that illusion of homework. So, but also like I was talking about before, whenever you have those movies, like Superman is an example, you watch that movie and then walking out of it, you're like, oh, I'm going to come back here a second time with another person so I can see their reaction to insert scene here that happened because that scene really stuck out. And as much as I enjoyed Fantastic Four, I can't really think of any moment where that would have happened.
I think it's even deeper than that because it goes back to the money thing. Like even if people wanted to do that, they would have already spent money on viewings of Jurassic World and Superman. So any additional money you would have had to go back and watch this again with a family or whatever, you're not going to have it because you spent. July broke people financially. It broke people. It was too much.
Seeing all three with a 5 family member tickets would be like $300 to $400.
Yeah. It would have been like June of 23 all over again because you had Spider-Verse, The Flash, Transformers. It was like a stacked month.
Yeah. And I don't believe in superhero fatigue, as people say it. But too much of a good thing is too much for people. Some people are like, I saw Superman. I don't need to see a second superhero movie. I just got my fix with Superman. It was a great movie. So they're like, Fantastic Four, I haven't caught up with the MCU in a while. I don't really need to see this one. I'll wait for streaming.
I think that's another thing. I'm glad you said that. That's the other thing is we need to see what's going to happen with the streaming for both this movie and Superman. What is the formula going to be? Because I have talked to people that love Marvel movies, but they're like, there's no point. I have Disney Plus. They're like, I pay for Disney Plus. I don't care about getting spoilers because I'm going to get spoiled anyway because of the internet. I'm going to wait for it to come out on Disney Plus because it'll be out like a couple months, if the most, after it comes out of theaters. Yeah. And they're absolutely fucking right. They're right about that. They need to
stop it.
The novelty of going to these things, like the novelty of going to these theaters and experiencing these things as events is not what it once was.
I can imagine trying to watch FF on Disney Plus instead of on the big ass IMAX screen, seeing Galactus that big, and those the space sequence. Oh,
yeah, the space sequence with the Silver Surfer and stuff. Like that's all crazy.
Yeah,
they need to actively take a step and be like, okay, Disney Plus, it's great for us. We will not put a Marvel movie on Disney Plus until a year after
it's either one or the other for this. And this is what I mean by this. Like the studio has to decide, do we care more about our streaming service or do we care more about our big movies?
Yeah.
Which one do we care the most about? It's like having kids. Which one is your favorite? Which one is your favorite kid? Which one are you going to give your attention to? And which one has to fend for themselves on the street and eat out of the trash can? Which one of your kids do you care the most about? That's what it is.
Dang.
I will say is I think again, like people were saying down in the comments, Disney does have a longer window that they keep their movie out more than Warner Brothers, more than some of these other projects. This will probably still be in theaters come fall, right? So it still has time to I think this could have legs. I think over the course of time, it's like a Wednesday night in September. We're like, I've seen Superman already. Let's give Fantastic Four a shot. And I feel like you may be having some of that stuff, but
Jason, you're not supposed to say it in the chat.
I hope the rest of the family never finds this mod.
I will say, and me and Jake were talking about this. Again, we don't care about box office stuff unless it directly connects to us getting more. I am concerned about the Fantastic Four because we said for years the future of Marvel was the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. Those were going to be the faces of the MCU going forward.
Yeah.
I could see Bob Iger being like, "Well, not anymore."
So
throw them out.
I think there's two things. Well, actually, there's three things I think the studio needs to learn from this. Right. Number one, do not load your movies up against other movies in the same genre. It's dumb. Don't do it. It doesn't matter what studio it is because it's a roll of the dice. And even if you win, you're still going to lose money because there are some people that are still going to pick the other movie, regardless of whether or not they love your property. That's the first one. The second one is Disney Plus has to stop being your priority. It just has to be. You have to go back to prioritizing the cinema event of these movies.
Yep.
You have turned them into something that people wait for on streaming. And it's a big fucking problem.
I've always like fought about this when seeing movies. They're made for IMAX. They're made for cinema. They're made for Dolby Digital.
But you know the problem, 3Dub, and this is something that we did, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that probably did the same thing. When COVID was happening, we basically rebuilt our living room for movies. We went out, we got a really cheap, because TVs were very cheap during COVID, because there were so many of them, because people were buying so many of them. We got a big, huge 85-inch television during COVID. We got the best surround sound we could get. And our living room is basically now like a movie theater. It's like a mini movie theater. A lot of families did that with like multiple children now. So you have like these big families. They're going to watch it at home because they can, because they have the ability to do it. It's not like watching on a little iPad or whatever. I think a lot of people did that. The third thing they need to do, and this is a big one, and I know they're working towards this, you need to bring the cost of these movies down.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 100%.
You need to bring them down somehow. And I know that's kind of that's the one fringe thing that I don't really totally understand all of the business sense behind that, but they have admitted that this is a problem.
Yes.
They've admitted it's gotten too much because they like, if you know a movie is like an Avengers movie, $1 billion, you're going to make $1 billion. Spider-Man movie, you're going to make $1 billion. These are movies that are going to make $1 billion. You can spend $200 million on those movies.
Which I think that's what they thought this was, right? Like,
yeah,
Fantastic Four has a legacy. People have been waiting for many, many years. And like a couple years ago, I would have said, yeah, Fantastic Four, $1 billion movie in Marvel's prime. If you put this out 2020 besides COVID, right? Like it comes out right after Endgame, $1 billion movie.
Yeah,
100%. Everyone's watching.
But also what this too is it doesn't help that whenever you have these movies that spend way too much on marketing, like you have movies that spend as much as $100 million on it, but also whenever you market them poorly, because let's face it, there are a lot of marketing campaigns that just aren't right. But to your point about those budgets, if you have lower budgets for your movies, that's less you have to earn back to break even.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. So if this movie would have been around the 150 range, they'd be happy with the numbers right now.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, this is great, right? Perfect Image says, what do you mean Superman took 3 weeks to make 500? Fantastic Four is on its second week. It made 367 worldwide. I'm saying, look at what's on the screen here. They can still make 500. Like Marvel movies, I have done a lot of research on this. I don't mean to like pull the card here, but I have. Marvel movies typically are front loaded. They make a lot of their money in that first weekend because a lot of fans want to rush out and see it. That is the biggest chunk of money they're going to make, is that very first weekend. By the third weekend, it kind of stabilizes on whatever that movie is going to make in terms of like its box office run. So you can look at that third weekend and do the math and figure out what it's going to end on. So by next week, after we get through this week, by next weekend, they will be able to know exactly how much this movie is going to make without any weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
That means that this movie, I would like to see this movie make 500 million, only because I think that's a good solid number for this movie considering the year they've had.
It would be the first MCU movie to do it this year.
Yeah, and 570, they'd be over the moon with 570. If they make 570 on this, they would be over the moon because that means that the movie did better than the other two movies that they had this year. Yeah. And to them, that's good. But look, let's talk about Superman briefly, and then we'll compare here or whatever. So right now, Superman is sitting at looks like as of today, 550 million is the amount that it's sitting at right now, right? It looks like they're thinking it's going to end with no less than 650 million, which means they think it's going to make another 100 million because they're probably going to leave it in the box office for another 2 weeks. And then after that, it'll be Fantastic Four until the end of August.
Leave it in the box office?
What? Superman?
You mean leave it in the theater?
Well, I mean, I just combine them together. So, but yeah, leave it there for the next couple weeks. So they're saying it's going to do 650, which would still be a little bit less than Man of Steel, but the movie could still do more than that. That's the thing. Superman could still do more. Now, the difference with Fantastic Four and Superman is Fantastic Four is seeing surges in like Brazil, like Latin American audiences are doing it. There's a couple other places that are going out to see it. They're doing it. They're seeing the movie. So those international numbers need to come up. Right now, if you look at this, as of, I think this was last night, it's sitting at 198.4 million in the US. They're hoping to make 300 in the US, which means they have to make another 100 million. I think it can still do that. It's gonna limp to that, but I think it can still do that. The international market needs to come up a lot more. They want to get over 200 million in the international market. That's another 30 million over the next 2 weeks. If they can reach 300 in US and 200 in international, that's the 500 million, which is why most analysts believe they're going to make that, because that's only 30 more international and a little over 100 more domestic, and the movie's doing way better domestic than it's doing international. That's why people are saying that. Superman, though, we're looking at 650, possibly the end of its run. Some estimates say 750 for Superman. I don't think 750 is realistic, based on like all the stuff I've looked at. Nice. But I would say 650 to 700 is in. Oh wait, what happened?
He posted in private chat.
Okay, all right.
He's just switching to PC.
Okay. I actually think. Oh, Ronan's home now. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I just want to end this by saying that I want both of these movies to do well, but I think there's lessons to be learned. I think DC made some good choices. They could have made better choices. I think Superman actually could have been $1 billion movie. I feel that, like deep down inside, I think it could have been.
Yeah.
If not very close to $1 billion. I think Fantastic Four made a massive mistake coming in at the tail end of a very busy month of movies.
Yeah. And I also think like what? Never mind. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh no. I think with Superman, I'm good with where it's at right now because we know sequels are coming. Like it has made enough that James Gunn is actively making a Superman 2 script. Like he's working on the sequel to that. Incredible, right? So like the box office right now doesn't matter. It seems like David Zaslav seems to be very happy with these numbers. These are better than DC has had in a very, very long time. Outside of like Black Adam, which it's kind of in the middle there, right? But like yeah. So like I think they are happy with this. Fantastic Four. I guess.
Good night, Byron.
I guess they don't have a choice with DC. This is our one direction, and we're sticking with it. Marvel has many other directions. They can be like, all right, bye, Fantastic Four, we're moving.
Yeah, we're still getting we're still going to get the 2 Avengers movies and the Spider-Man movie no matter what happens, and we're still getting an X-Men movie no matter what happens. It really is just the future of the Fantastic Four that
it's very scary that this could be. I mean, we're getting Avengers, which again, just like Sam Wilson, that could help the Fantastic Four, like to pitch a sequel to be like, okay, let's give them another shot with a smaller budget, which a sequel should have a smaller budget. They don't have to do the whole futuristic aesthetic.
I can't wait till like a year from now when Marvel's like, our movies are now costing us 125 to 150 million. I'll be like, perfect. Yeah.
We'll see.
Any final thoughts on the Superman Fantastic Four stuff? We have one more super chat, and then we're gonna chat a bit about our Rotten Tomatoes choices. Any final thoughts on that? Anybody? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Nope.
As long as it brings in people, as long as it's still talked about, I'm happy. Again, I have high hopes for both FF and Superman.
Yeah,
I don't see. Is there any big movies coming out in August, or is it just dead?
No, that's the thing. Is there's a completely open door for Fantastic Four because there's no competition for it.
Yeah, I feel like the third week is going to be like the best it has because there's nothing here in this month.
I mean, I disagree. Like DreamWorks is putting on Bad Guys 2, which has quite a bit of promotion. I think casual audiences. I mean, it's been a minute since you've had a well-promoted animated kids movie, right? Like Smurfs and Elio weren't promoted.
Yeah, but it's coming out during back-to-school season, though. I think that's a problem.
That's true. But you can have the like one last trip before the end of summer thing that you have this weekend. And Freaky Friday 2, which comes out in a couple days as well.
That movie looks awful, though.
It does, But look what is like our most of the year so far. It's like Lilo and Stitch, Minecraft.
I
like,
mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I think
Audiences-
audience is going to eat
Audiences
that
love
shit
bad
up.
movies, I guess.
I think that's going to relate to like it has the nostalgia that some people have. It's open to anyone. Anyone can go and watch that movie without any prior whatever. Like I don't think it's going to do well, but it has a very small budget, so I think it's actually going to do very well for Disney.
Yeah, because
well, okay, so real fun fact though. I looked when I was doing the research. I looked this up. Warner Brothers has made $1.4 billion in sales this year.
Yeah,
Disney has made $1.39 billion. It's only a little bit less than what Warner Brothers has made.
Interesting.
So I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
I did see Naked Gun with my dad last
How was
weekend.
it?
It's interesting. It felt like a mix of Austin Powers jokes with airplane jokes.
Oh, okay.
So if you like those movies, you're going. It's basically.
I'm just waiting for Spaceballs 2. That's all I'm waiting for is Spaceballs 2. Give me Spaceballs 2. We're good.
Yeah.
All right, we have a super chat here from Cameron. $5 super chat says, Eric, have you seen that DC introduced Legends? Oh yeah, the Wave Rider ship in the comics by Mark Guggenheim. It's a tie-in to the DC KO event. I did see it, but it's not like the normal lineup from the TV show. It's like another roster of characters, but they're in the Wave Rider and they're traveling through time. So that's kind of fun.
Could you even say what the lineup was by the time you got to the end of the show?
That's true. That is true. Look, but my thing is, why not wrap up the show? Why not do a comic book to wrap up the show since it ended on a cliffhanger? Like,
because no one would read it. I'm not trying to be a dick, but not a lot of people would read it.
No, well, not now, but I mean, I think when the show ended, they could have done like a wrap up comic and said we're just going to wrap up the story or whatever in the comics. They could have done the same thing with Batwoman.
Those Earth Prime comics, I mean, didn't do incredible, but I think they did pretty decent. I think more than they were expecting them to do.
Good night, Reed.
So I actually do think in a couple years' time we are going to see like Arrowverse stuff within the comics. Like
I wouldn't mind.
I think especially Arrow and like Flash. I could see if they're like, here's a prequel comic to Arrow or something.
Yeah.
Or here's
or a wrap up. I need a wrap.
Not only that, but a number of different comics came out where like they said, hey, here's all these things that are happening and here's how Oliver Queen is involved as the Spectre in some way. Like they did a number of different comics with that.
Yeah, sure. I'd love like, it's just called like Earth Prime or something, and it's like a wrap up of all the shows in one giant graphic novel or comic or something, just to be like, here's your ending of all the different characters that didn't get that had cliffhanger endings.
So quickly, I've had a few people message me about the Discord server. They can't ask for their role because they're afraid it'll scroll by. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to start a channel in the welcome section just for people that want their roles assigned. So if you want whichever channel you want. So I'll do that tomorrow. Then I'll let everybody know in the general chat about that. I did want to mention here, Sanju says, did you react to the Variety Top 50 Marvel movies? So I mentioned earlier that I didn't want to do it on stream only because it's a lot of movies to go through and a lot of information. So I'm probably going to do a video on that for later this week. So expect that like Thursday or Friday probably. But yeah, I'm doing a separate video on that. Now we can kind of talk about it here on, later in the week or whatever, but going through all 50 Marvel movies on a stream would take a million years. So it would just take a really long time, honestly. Okay, so what we're gonna do is to make this go quicker. I thought we wouldn't do a round robin type thing. We would just pick each person and they go through their whole list.
Okay. Something fun we could do if you want. Whenever we talk about each one, say what the rating on Rotten Tomatoes is with each one.
Yeah, I have the ratings next to mine. Yeah, so
same with me.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm going to pull up a roll the dice situation.
Oh god.
Here. And this is how we're gonna determine what order everybody's going in so nobody can claim it's rigged.
Spin the bottle.
Hey, you'll probably still find some way to rig it.
Probably.
I hope
all
I
right.
picked enough.
All right.
And we're only doing 3, right?
3 or 5?
We can do well, you can do whatever you want because it's going to be each person's going to go on their own, like with their own time or whatever. So all right, so 4. Okay. I have like 10, but I'm only going to use 5 of them.
Same.
All right.
I had a lot more than the 5, but
Okay,
yeah.
so everybody say a number now from 1 to 20, and you can't pick the same number. So Jake, what's your number? Hold on, I'm gonna go through it. Jake, what's your number?
Yeah, 15.
Okay. All right, we're gonna roll this. And well, actually, hold on. No, Darren, what's your number?
8.
8. All right. Ronan, what number are you gonna pick?
10.
10. Okay, and 3Dub, which one are you gonna pick?
6.
I'm gonna go with 1 just to keep it easy. So we're gonna roll the dice, and since everybody picked numbers, we'll keep rolling it till it lands on that person's number, and then that's the order we're gonna go in. So
I have a question.
Right.
Really quick.
Oh. Hold on. Let me pull the screen up.
Okay.
That was the first number it landed.
Wow.
but since it was off screen, we'll do it here, so that way you can't think it's rigged. All right. Here we go. 2. Okay, so that's closest to. Wait, 3Dub, what did you pick?
I picked 6.
You picked 6.
That's close
Okay.
to your 1.
Okay, all right. So mine is accounted for now. I'll go first. And here we go. 7.
That's me. Well, who's 8? Well,
I'm 8.
So it's both of us.
Okay, so we're gonna do a tie-breaking roll between you guys, right? Hold on.
Did you not roll my number?
I said we're gonna do it over so you won't think it's rigged.
Oh.
So I'll go first. All right. Pick a number between 1 to 4. Actually, no, we'll do a different number. 8. Pick a number between 1 to 8. 3Dub. And then
3.
Aaron. 3. All right.
6.
All right.
All right, so that's Darren.
Yeah. All right. So Darren and then 3Dub, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so that leaves Ronan then. Ronan's last. We didn't have to roll for yours. Would have been close though? No.
No.
Okay.
So
All right.
He's been to Vegas. He knows all about dice.
I actually won it.
All right, so that means I go first. Okay, so I go first. I'm going to pick 5. This is how we're going to do it. I'm going to mention my 5. And I got lucky because that means nobody can steal mine because I go first. So,
Am I after you?
Huh?
I'm after you.
No, it'd be you.
Wait.
So
no. You never re-rolled for me, so.
You're right. We didn't. Let's do that again. Hold on.
So it is rigged.
It is rigged. Actually, we don't know yet because we can roll for Ronan's now.
You are not good at this.
I thought we just
I've had too much. I'm drinking this shit, so no, I'm not good at it right now.
You should have just done rock, paper, scissors.
I know.
I wanted to make it fair. All right. There you go. All right. Here we go. So that's closest to Jake.
Okay.
So it's Jake, and then Ronan is still last. So the only thing is we just put Jake second to last. So
Okay.
all right.
So what? It's you, me, 3Dubs, Jake, Ronan.
Yeah.
Is that it? Okay.
That's the order. All right.
I have a question really quickly.
Yeah.
I have a movie here at 51. Can I count it?
Hey, it's my favorite number.
It's Jake's list. He can decide whether you can count it or not.
What?
You're the one that came up with Rotten Tomatoes under 50%. He said it's 51%. Can he still do it? I'm asking you. It's your category.
Well, you know what? Since 51 happens to be my favorite number, I'll let you get away with it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the movies that are 50% or under, right? For Rotten Tomatoes.
50% or under, and it can be either critics or fans. It doesn't have to be both. It's just
Right.
one or the other. All right. So we're going to start out, let's see, in no particular order for me. All right. And what I'll do is I will give both scores. I'll give the score, both the critics and the fan score, and one of them will be under 50%. So, all right. So my first one is a movie from 1998. I'm thinking this is such a big category, no one should overlap, but it's quite possible some people might overlap here. 1998. It is a movie called Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Now, this movie is very close. The critic score is 49%. But the audience score is 89%. So, and I love this movie. Terry Gilliam's style I've always enjoyed. It's got a lot of cool visuals. It's got so many quotes in it. It's kind of become a cult classic. So that's my first one. My second one is from 1993, and I don't know if people even know that this is below 50% because it's become like a very popular movie over the years. Hocus Pocus.
Yeah,
I did see that one.
Hocus Pocus has 40% critic score.
Blasphemy.
On Rotten Tomatoes. 71 fans, but 41
I think
or
someone
40
put a
critics
spell on that list.
So but now it's like a Halloween staple. Like people
Yeah.
watch this every year. Okay, so my next one, my number 3 one is from 2009, and this is probably one of those like what do you say, so bad it's good movies. And it is a Megan Fox movie, by the way.
I know what this is.
Called Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That is a so bad it's good movie. It's hilarious. And it's actually under 50 on both critics and audience. It's 47 on critics and 35 on audience. Audience really did not like this movie at 35%. All right, so here's one. It's the one movie from Jim Carrey that I actually like because he plays a different type of character, and it's from 1996, and it's The Cable Guy.
Okay.
That one only has 44% critics, but 51% audience. So it's just barely over with the audience. And the last one I'm going to do now, this was one I struggled with a little bit because I didn't know if I wanted to stay in like the funny stuff or I wanted to go something a little more serious. Back in time now, the scores changed in recent times because they went through and opened it back up for viewing or whatever. But the original score for this was much lower, and that is The Thing from 1982.
Oh,
so they aggregated the scores based on old reviews before they allowed like modern people to do it. And when they first aggregated it, it was 42%. So old critics didn't like this movie.
I love The Thing.
By the way, 92% from fans, but 42% on critics before they allowed like modern critics to go in and give their scores or whatever. But now it's considered one of the best horror films ever made. Sci-fi horror films, one of the best ones. So that's my 5. Hopefully I didn't step on anybody's toes with that. With that being said, though, next up in the lineup is Darren, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
me. Okay, I had to go through and double check, and there was one that was like, oh no, that's 52. I can't choose that one. Okay, but I think I found my list. All right. First off, and this still surprises me, sitting at 49%. It's not as good as the first one, but I still adore this movie, and that's the Karate Kid Part 2.
Oh, I love that movie. No, that's one of my favorites.
Adore this movie. It gets thrown in the it's not as good category, but I love that movie sometimes even more than the first one. I think how it continues that story, how it dives into this very fun culture.
Really? The score is that low?
It's 41%. Can you believe that? That's crazy to me.
I can't believe it. No, that's crazy.
I think 3 is understandable. 3 is kind of a mess of a movie,
yes,
but 2 is so much fun. I adore the Karate Kid 2. I think that's so much fun. My cheat code one at 51%. I have the 2017 Power Ranger movie. This is, nowadays I feel like this is the movie where people are like, it should have got a sequel, blank, blank, blank. People are so mad, but you didn't show up in 2017. You saw Beauty and the Beast instead.
And they didn't want Krispy Kreme donuts, so there we go.
And the audience wasn't much better. The audience only had a 65%, so it wasn't that much of a
at least they showed it a little more love, a little bit more.
Yes, now it's almost become a cult classic of a movie.
Mm.
My next one, I haven't rewatched this in many years, so it could be trash, and maybe it's justified. I don't know. But this is a Christmas movie, Jack Frost. From Michael Keaton.
A big part of my childhood.
19%.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
19.
Again, I haven't watched this since I was a kid. Maybe it's ass. I have no idea. But as a kid, I fucking love that movie. People say it's creepy. I was like, nah, this is just fun, man. This is awesome. My number 4, it's a movie I've talked about on these ranking lists before. I think it was our favorite movies of the 90s, maybe is where I mentioned it. Space Jam. 43%.
43 for the OG Space Jam?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure it's lower than the new one. I'm pretty positive. That might be false info, but No, I think again, is it an incredible movie? Probably not, but I fucking love that movie.
It's so much fun.
It's such a staple of my childhood. And this last one, I couldn't believe it. I don't have the score pulled up right now. I'm about to do this. Home Alone 2.
Really?
Can y'all believe that?
Wow.
Yeah, let me look it
Really?
up. Hold on, really, really quickly. It has a 35% on
Home
Rotten
Alone
Tomatoes.
2.
The
Lost in New
critics,
York.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, 35% on the critic side, 62 on the audience side.
That's
Isn't that crazy?
fucking insane.
Wow.
That's crazy to me.
That's insane.
I pulled that up. I was like, what the hell? I was like, why? It's arguably better than the first, in my opinion. Like, it is such a masterpiece.
Crazy.
Okay. Well, that was a good
Oh,
list.
man.
No crossovers with me. So
Nope.
none of the ones I had. So
Yeah. Ow.
next up is 3 Dub.
Oh, Dalton, you know what? Dalton, you might have a point.
Maybe.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
Didn't even think about that. But,
You know what? That's valid then, actually. I'm okay with it.
All right, 3 Dub.
So my first one is from 2004. It's a Nicolas Cage film. Rotten Tomatoes had it at 46, audience 76. So audience loved it, and that's National Treasure.
Oh, I love
Okay.
National Treasure. That's
Okay.
I love those two movies.
it's like mindless fun, but I'm down for it.
They're very fun.
My second one is a Jamie Foxx film. He's not the lead though.
Okay.
It's from 2018.
Mhm.
Rotten Tomatoes had it at 14%. Audience had it at 40%, and that's Robin Hood from 2018.
Oh.
Wait, he was in that movie?
Yeah, he was the one training Robin Hood.
I don't remember that.
I've never seen it.
My third one is from 2002. It's an animal movie. Rotten Tomatoes had it at 26, and audience had it at 40%, and that's Snow Dogs.
Oh.
I've watched that in a long time.
Yeah, I think I've only watched it twice my entire life.
My number 4 is from 2006, another comedy movie. Rotten Tomatoes had it at 42% and audience at 67%. And it's a history kind of movie too, in a sense, because it takes in place in a museum, and that's Night at the Museum.
What? Wait, hold on. Give me those scores again.
What is it?
Night at the Museum was 42% Rotten Tomatoes and 67% for audience.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Critics gave it 42%.
You guys get why I don't put stock in Rotten Tomatoes now, right?
Wow.
I will say, I do
Alright.
think the second one is better, but still, that is
Great.
All right, so what is your next one, 3 Dub?
My number 5 is from 2018 again. It's one of my favorite actors, Dylan O'Brien, is in it. Rotten Tomatoes had it at 43%, audience at 53%, and that is the third Maze Runner, The Death Cure.
Okay.
I don't really remember that movie.
I haven't seen those.
It's basically like a survivalist kind of type.
Is that the one where they have to like get away
post-apocalypse.
from the government part of it? Like they're running away from the government?
Well, it's more like they're trying to get away from being experimented on.
No, but I mean they're being chased specifically by the corporation, right? Like the people that have.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is a corporation. Yeah.
I do remember that one. Okay, all right, that makes sense. That was it? That's your 5th one?
Yep. There's
Okay.
also zombies and stuff like that in it.
Yes, I do remember that. So that brings us to Jake, the creator of this list. What are your 5 choices?
Oh boy.
So I'm going to go from the highest scoring of these movies all the way down to the lowest one.
Okay.
And my number 5, this is a movie that came out in 2010. And this is a Nicolas Cage movie, The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Is that the Disney one?
Yeah, I like that movie a whole lot. I watched it over and over. Critics gave it a 40%. Audiences only gave it a 53%. But I think that movie is really, really good. It's got Alfred Molina, Jay Baruchel, really good cast in it, and great soundtrack too.
It also has Hiccup.
That's what I just said. and also a great display of magic. And going even lower than that, the lower and lower I get with these, there's going to be some surprises in here. So
where was Mickey Mouse though? I didn't. I watched that whole movie. I didn't see him.
He has a blink and you'll miss it cameo.
Gotcha.
So my next movie from 2003. There's a big difference in scores here. Audiences gave this film a 79, but critics gave it a 31.
Ooh.
And that is Underworld.
Wow.
I actually love that first Underworld movie. Oh,
Me too.
Oh, no problem, Chris. Yeah, I love that first Underworld movie. It's like, that is my go-to, vampire werewolf film. Absolutely love it. Kate Beckinsale is great in the lead. And that movie's kind of like a tradition for me every time we get around Halloween.
Okay.
And then my number 3, this is a movie from 1996. This is one where the audiences gave it a 41 and critics gave it a 20.
Oh no.
That is Jingle All the Way.
Oh, I love that movie.
Love that movie to
Drop
bits.
that cookie now.
It's so much fun. Arnold playing a quote-unquote superhero at Christmas. You got Sinbad thrown into the mix too. So many quotable moments. It's a blast. I love that movie. Now these last two are...
Oh no.
Oh boy. Okay. So
Dark Phoenix?
No. So this next one, this is from 2015.
Killing Joke?
Audiences gave this one a 34, and critics gave it a 12.
What?
That's not my lowest one either.
Oh no.
2019. That's kind of recent.
So I said 15, not 19.
Oh.
And this is a Jeff Bridges movie, Seventh Son.
Oh, I remember the trailer for that.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that drone.
I enjoy that movie. It's got Jeff Bridges, Ben Barnes. It tells your, fantasy type story where it's been like a tradition where the seventh son of a bloodline has to be the one to, take over for this like dark creature hunter. And I thought it was a fun movie. Granted, I haven't seen it in a good minute. It could be complete shit and I just don't know, but I had fun memories of watching it. So that was one that I stuck with. And this one is probably the lowest that anyone out of anyone's rankings that we'll see tonight. All right, this is a movie from 1990, and this is a comic book movie, but I didn't put it in the underrated superhero movies because I don't actually think this movie is underrated. It's very bad, but I just had fun watching it. And that is, so the audience gave this movie a 19.
Ooh,
Steal.
And critics gave it a 6.
Man of Steel?
Captain America.
Ah.
Oh, the TV. Yeah, he loves that.
I have fun with that movie because I watched it growing up. And, there's a lot of stuff people make fun of with that movie. They make fun of the fact that, like 2 different instances in the movie, he fakes being sick to steal a car. They make fun of the plastic ears on the costume. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit with that movie, but it's one of the only Marvel movies I had growing up, and I watched it a good amount, probably more than is healthy, but I had a lot of fun with it growing up. So, yeah, it's a bad movie, but, it was.
But
enjoyable.
you personally loved it. Like it was a movie.
It was
you
enjoyable
loved.
at the time. And hell, I was telling this to Darren earlier. Somewhere I've got a VHS tape of it. So
wow,
that tells you how much I enjoyed it.
All right, and that brings us to our final list with Ronan here, who lucked out and got the end because now we can like go through everybody's shit and say, "All this sucks."
Yeah,
I'm gonna give the best answers. So here we go.
All right, so a couple of them were in the 52, 51 mark, so I'm going to wait to see if you guys are cool with it because I know Darren asked about 51, but I'll give you my first one that came to instinct. I'm like, Rotten Tomatoes didn't give it much love, but I think it has a cult following, and I loved it as a kid. And that is 1989's Tango and Cash. That is the Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell buddy cop movie. batshit crazy. It's in line, in my opinion, with the 48 Hours, Lethal Weapon, Rush Hour movies, and like to me, this one is I just adore it because it's two big superstars. Generic plot, but great back and forth chemistry, and it's one that like I remember even having a lot of these I had a VHS for, so I would watch them over and over again. I can quote them, so sadly and whatnot. Let's see what was the most you guys were willing to go up to? The 50s? Is it 51 or 50? What was you thinking?
I went up to 51.
51? Okay. I'm gonna go with a 51%. 2010's Tron Legacy.
Really? That's almost 51.
It's 51.
Fascinating.
I remember this is one of those first movies that like I remember it's before I saw YouTube, started doing YouTube, and before I even like bothered getting into YouTube as just watching stuff. I remember seeing the theater, seeing the trailer, and my dad recognized a lot of the first stuff in that trailer, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, as a kid, I was like, "Oh, this look cool," and I'm like, "I saw the original movie." I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, it was an original movie, and Jeff Bridges was younger and stuff. And I'm like, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna go watch that." Yeah. It was one of the first movies that my dad was just like, "We're gonna go watch that," and thank God that like he did, and we both love that movie. So that's cool. Near to your part of my heart.
What was the score on that one again?
51.
That's interesting because I feel like people praised the living heck out of that movie.
It has a cult following. The next one I'm gonna go to that is part of my childhood, and I remember watching a lot. Is 1999 Big Daddy, Adam Sandler.
Oh, I remember that one.
How low is that?
That is 39%. Yeah. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the Sprouse kids, or maybe both of them. But it's a very much 90s comedy, but it's got some heart to it. And I appreciate that. It helped, with stuff that happened to me later on in life, and I was just like that movie holds some dear. I'll never forget watching the poster of just the two of them peeing on the wall and whatnot. And I was like, what the hell is that? So that's fun.
Big Daddy, Harrison here says I watched Big Daddy so much growing up. I remember seeing that a lot on TV. It used to play on cable all the time.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna choose another one that like it's by viewer standards and whatnot. It's not a great film. I love it just because it was part of my childhood. It was part of my adolescence, not my adolescence, but like teenage years. And like, even though it's ridiculous and it's very much at that time, it was the aspiration, me and my friends looked up to in high school. Thank God we never did something as crazy as this movie attempted to do. But I'm going to go with 2012 Project X.
Oh, okay.
That is that handheld one. 3 kids get the house to themselves, and they throw the biggest party ever just to be cool in high school. And there's probably jokes in there that don't hold anymore, but I still get a kick out of it, and it's just batshit crazy. That one is 28%.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's very much. I mean, it was the 2010s where there was handheld movies out the wazoo, and So that's mixed forth.
I think what started that genre. I know that Blair Witch did it, but it was like other movies that came out after that really like pushed it.
Cloverfield, I believe, was a big part of that. I know one that like is later down the line is Project Almanac, and I think
that one, that was one of the big ones.
Paranormal Activity, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Where it's not handheld, but like it's it's footage, it's not cinematic, if you will.
God, you throw a Blair Witch. I got a high critic rating. I did not like that movie.
I love that movie. That movie still holds up, in my opinion, for me.
Not the second one.
I never even bothered.
The second was so bad.
No, I didn't like the first Blair Witch, so I wasn't going to see a second one.
Paranormal Activity had some good sequels, but some of them were weird.
Yeah. Okay, right. So that's my fourth one. I have one more, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I wrote down a lot of them. I'm gonna go with. Man, okay, this is a weird one as well. Okay, I'm gonna go with 2008's 21. Now you're gonna be like, huh? This is the I'm sorry to bring his name up, but this is Kevin Spacey, and I forget this other dude's name. led movie about counting cards, and it's based on a true story that happened, I think, in the 80s or 90s. Obviously, they fictionalized a lot of stuff, but it was very much a 2000 mid to late 2000 movies, and it's about counting cards. I've been a big poker fan my whole life. My family played it. I play it here and there, and it just like it's got this like because I love the movie, but like it's almost like a poor man's Ocean's 11 type movie where they're playing the highs. There's these montages of them counting cards. Jim
Sturgis in it?
I could be wrong. There's this guy. I think he's British, but he puts on an American accent, and it has no. You know what it has? It has Superman Returns Lois Lane.
Kate Bosworth?
Yes, I believe she's in it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it has also Lawrence Fishburne as the main guy, the antagonist of the movie, if you will. It's again you could put it in as background stuff, and it's watchable to an extent. And I just love it because it's got that 2000s suave feel, and it's about poker. Yeah, and that one's 36% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So
yeah, how much again? 36%.
I went. The lowest I got to was 28% with Project X.
So the lowest I got to was 6.
My favorite is War of the Worlds 2025. That one is the one.
I thought about doing that joke. I thought about
0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Peak cinema.
All right.
I wonder what Catnato's at.
Oh God.
That's a reference. Sorry.
Oh no! Oh wow.
All right, close that out.
Yeah, no, I left Captain America out of the underrated superheroes one because I don't actually think that one's good or underrated. It's bad, but I have fun watching it.
So it is Jim Sturgis, Jake. He is in that movie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Darren, I looked up that on that site, and it doesn't have any ratings.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah,
we have to make some.
Not a single person has reviewed it on there.
We have to do it. We have to make a whole series of it.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
Catnado.
Oh no, Catnado.
Have you
no
seen
one
the
has
trailer
reviewed
for that?
it on there.
I've heard of it, but nope, no, thank you.
There's a really interesting trailer for it.
Fetman says, "Here's mine for fun: Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, 43%. Wow.
Ooh.
Scary Movie 2 at 13%. Batman v Superman at 28%.
Oh, Ronan's face.
That's kind of crazy.
TMNT 2014, 21% on that
Michael
one?
Bay ones, the Michael Bay produced ones.
Yeah, I still 21%
Really?
seems like I just can't believe that.
There's issues with that movie. It's not like bad though. It's like it's
better than the one with Stephen Amell in it.
Punisher.
It's way better than the
29%.
sequel. Yeah.
And I didn't even really like part 1, but it's way better than part 2.
I
But
think it's
of
mindless fun.
None of those hold a candle to the animated one from 2007, 2004, 2005.
I mean, even the 90s.
I was going to say none of them hold a candle to the 1990 one.
Sure.
Yeah,
that one's OG. That's locked in or whatever. Anyway, I think we got all the topics in tonight. So I want to thank everybody for being here. We'll be back on Thursday. I got a couple of videos coming out this week, so stay tuned for those on the Reloaded channel, and then on my Debunks channel, I have videos coming out every day. So you know the drill with that one.
And me and Darren are tired.
We're wrapping this up, so there we go. I want to thank everybody for being here. We're going to go in order of arrival. So 3Dub was here first, so thank you 3Dub for coming in and hanging out. Then we had Mr. Hatman himself, Darren, down there. Came over after the pipeline. Wait, is it after the credits or pipeline on?
It's after the credits tonight. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So after the credits podcast. Jake, who was on after the credits podcast as well earlier, and I think wasn't Taz there tonight? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And Ronan, who joined us while he was at work. Yeah. And before we head out, let's see what won the poll. I'm very curious to see what we got.
Yeah, I'm a little curious too.
All right, let's do this. In the poll. Let's see. Wow. Top 5 best Arrow episodes. Got 40%.
Let's
Fuck
go.
off.
All right.
We did that specifically because Ronan was like, I haven't finished Arrow, so I don't know.
All
I don't
right.
know.
He's a 5 you have seen.
So
Ronan.
Ronan will just be here from cheering
I'll
on the
just watch.
sidelines. Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, just watch 8 seasons in 3 days.
yeah, right. 8. Look, by the way, 8 seasons of 20+ episodes at 45 minutes each.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Let's
Watch
crossover
the
event.
crossovers and be like,
Yeah.
I like
Right.
this one.
yeah.
I mean, the last
That's
season's
funny.
only 10, so.
No, that's true. That's true. Oh well, there's a silver lining, I guess.
Wait, so is that going to be like one of the next ones we do, or what?
Well, were you here when I mentioned what we were going to be doing? I don't think you were here yet.
I don't think so. No.
I told Darren that we're going to pick a day, like not a normal Nerdcast, just pick a day to do all of the, like a bunch of them. So I'm going to get with everybody on Discord and see what the best day is for everyone, and then we'll just do it.
Right.
So
Probably like a Saturday or something to be the best.
yeah. Chris goes, how the hell did I know it was going to be Arrow? I mean, everybody likes to go back to the OG stuff, I guess.
Oliver
at some point.
Queen. I'm gonna take everything from you.
So anyway, we're gonna wrap up. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Let me jump over here so I can close out. So thanks everybody for being here. We will see everyone on Thursday, and have a good night, everybody. Take care. Bye.